Hello, Ernest. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Had a bad day. Uh-oh. How was it a bad day? What happened? I feel like this is a little crooked. My cat Zulu passed. Oh no. I'm sorry, Ernest. Wow. That's terrible. Oh. Losing pets is it's just like so difficult, painful. I've gone through it twice, and it's like honestly pretty disturbing, you know, having to say bye to your pet. So I'm very sorry you had to go through that today. Hi, Murda May 365. Tony says, hello Hannah, how are you? And your t-shirt reminds me of the Twilight New Moon. This t-shirt was a gift from my uncle. It says, Stay Wild, Minnesota. All right. Hello, Donda, Kareem TV. Good to see you again, Kareem TV. How are you doing today? Sorry, Ernest, I've been there. Hang in there. I know. Ugh. I mean, to be quite honest, there's several reasons why I don't currently have a pet. I would say the primary reason is I don't currently have the time to take care of a dog, and that's the kind of pet I want. And I also don't want to be spending my extra income on taking care of a pet, not at this stage of my life. But another thing that I will dread whenever I do get a dog is knowing that eventually it will pass away and I'll have to deal with that. Ugh, it's so sad. Phantom Rose, I'm making some quinoa, organic quinoa. I like to have some on hand pretty much at all times, and I just cleaned out my most recent batch. Hi Yabba Dabba Doo, hi Brittany Taylor, thank you Ravish, hi Purification who guessed Onyx as my favorite Pokemon. What up, hope all is well. I'm doing well, Rekka Rex, how about you? Can you guess my favorite Pokemon? There's too many, I have no clue. Protein shake? Nope. This is not a protein shake. So I just rinsed off my little quinoa seeds, and I'm gonna put it into my saucepan. NC says she's back. Charizard is king, says NC. I just made a bunch of tacos, but I'm actually gonna throw it all out. Oh no, what happened to your tacos? Why are you throwing out your tacos? Hi Nicolas, Bulbasaur easy. I don't think Charizard is the king of Pokemon. Everybody's got an opinion, it's okay. Probably Rayquaza? I know. I feel so bad for Ernest. Ugh. It's just dreadful. The worst. The worst thing about having a pet. Hello, Hannah, how are you? I'm doing well, Back to the Future. How is your day going? NC, yes, thank you for reminding everyone. The poll answer is never the first option because I find it incredibly annoying that people always guess the first option without reading the other ones. So to counteract that, I always put a wrong answer as the first item in the list. I'm cooking Asi. Don't know anything about Pokemon, never understood any of it, probably my age, fair enough. Why don't you participate in Miss Universe? I have no interest in doing beauty kind of stuff. Not my jam, but I think it's cool that it exists. It's always be, says prawns and prizes. Hi, Kifa. Nicholas says Hartford. Havish, I don't know what you're talking about. You can do it, says Chelsea Dillon. Thank you, Chelsea. All right, I'm gonna let this hang out up here. You said you're making, nope, I didn't say that, Havish. And I'm gonna make some tofu as well. Do you like the change from Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America? I honestly think it's hilarious. So I'm kind of neutral. Like I was cool with Gulf of Mexico. I'm cool with Gulf of America. I don't know what the origin story of it is. I don't know why it was originally Gulf of Mexico and not Gulf of America. But it seems like relatively unimportant compared to other issues of the day, so whatever. I just kind of see it as entertainment. I'm literally so hungry, says Christina. Oh, my bad, says Havish. Hi, Thomas. Have you ever made baklava? I have not made baklava. It uses a lot of honey traditionally. I don't like honey, and honey also is not vegan. So, and it's also, the phyllo dough is extremely delicate to handle. So for those 3 reasons, I have not made baklava before, but I'd be open to trying. Hi, Amelia. Welcome back. Good to see you. About to start dinner myself. Love it. Very nice. How many grams of protein does tofu have? I can read the label for you and let you know, stranger. So this tofu has, per serving, it has 8 grams of protein, which is 10% of what you need in a day. Okay, whoops, I need to cut this open too. Also, this is the tofu that I'm using tonight. The reason they actually changed it was so that they could drill for oil, since you can drill in the You can drill in the Gulf of Mexico? Wait, I'm confused what you're saying, not John Jones. The reason they actually changed it was so that they could drill for oil since you... Did you mean to say since you can't drill in the... I'm not understanding your comment. I do like agave, Havish. Yes, I like agave as a sweetener. Can't drill in Gulf of Mexico. That's what I meant, or that's what I thought you meant. Okay. What are we talking about? We are talking about the Gulf of Mexico / the Gulf of America. And just, I don't know, what else have we been talking about? Not much, it's been pretty quiet so far. Also, hi Invictus. Please don't inappropriate comments or you will be banned. Yep, there is just, yep, if you say something inappropriate, that's very clearly inappropriate, you automatically get banned. And we never see you again. Correct you are. Back to the Future. Hi Sophia, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Pretty sure Gulf of Mexico is where the BP oil spill occurred. That's what I was thinking too. I think a lot of drilling has been going on in the Gulf of Mexico. Like, let's just see what oil rigs exist in the Gulf of Mexico, because I'm pretty sure there's already a lot of drilling. How long? Let's just Google it. How long has the US drilled oil in the Gulf of Mexico? It says the United States has been drilling oil in the Gulf of Mexico since 1938. So we have been drilling for oil in the Gulf of Mexico for almost 100 years, guys. So that must not be the reason why they rechanged it. Tommy says, when it was called the Gulf of Mexico, they couldn't drill, but since they changed it to Gulf of America, they're able to drill now. That's not what it's showing on the internet. We've been drilling in the Gulf of Mexico for 90 years. I've remembered the actress who would be a great Bond enemy. It's Liz Carr. She's disabled, but with a wicked sense of humor and sharp brain. Check her out. Liz Carr. Liz Carr. Let's see. She's an English actress, comedian, broadcaster, international disability rights activist. Very cool. I've remembered okay, I read that one. Gulf of America, says Brad Agee. There's tons of drilling offshore in the Gulf. Are they still making Bond movies? This was the topic of conversation. I want to say it was two days ago on the Monday night live stream. We were talking about who is going to be the next James Bond actor. And my choice is between Harris Dickinson and Aaron Taylor Johnson. Those two guys are both one is in his older, upper 20s, and one is in his mid 30s. And I think that's a good age. They look the part, built like James Bond, at least traditionally. So those are the two guys that I want to be, those are the ones I want to be James Bond. All right. I think the last one I saw was Skyfall. You should watch No Time to Die. That one was great. All right, sorry, I'm watching a very sad scene in Downton Abbey. It's very rough. Okay, how was your day? Bishop Bullwinkle, I had a good day. It was a solid Wednesday. I feel like this day is moving very quickly, or not this day, this week is moving very quickly. At work, my team is closing out a project, so I feel like it's just been like one day to the next, to the next, to the next, which is good, but also, I'm gonna say this, February has gone by in the blink of an eye. I'm like, wait, suddenly Friday? So we've got 2 more days left of February, and then we're already on to March. That is crazy to me. I feel like January was very long, and February went by in a flash. And I don't like the feeling of time passing super quickly. It's kind of spooky. Thank you, Chris White Grizzly. Didn't they canonically have Bond die though? Yes, they did. I mean, that was what was implied at the end of No Time to Die. So yes, I watched that movie and I was like, I don't think there's a way he would have gotten out of that situation. Who's up for the Oscars? I have no clue. I've not been following the Oscar contenders very closely. My guess, like I'm trying to think of the movies I saw that would have been Oscar-worthy movies over the past year. I would guess Ralph Fiennes for Conclave. It's that movie. So Ralph Fiennes is the guy who played Voldemort in the Harry Potter movies. He's one of my favorite actors, and he's been in a bajillion other movies. And I'm guessing that he will be up for probably best lead actor in Conclave. But other movies, I don't know if I've seen any other Oscar-nominated movies. Any movies that I did see were not Oscar movie. It was like horror movies or light entertainment, nothing that's the heavy-hitting actors. For a change of pace, one day let's eat a bowl of Cheerios with organic fruit, says Paul Rivera. Timothy Chalamet for Bond. No, I think 1, he's too young. 2, I feel like he's too delicate to be James Bond. He's very much like an artistic actor. Like, I think he did a wonderful job in Call Me By Your Name, in, I'm trying to think of other roles I've seen him in. I feel like he's not giving like muscle playboy super spy Bond. He's very like model-esque and artsy to me. And I don't say that as a dig, I just don't think he would be the right fit for the role. And like, I get a 007 can still exist, but his name can't also be James Bond. I hope it is still James Bond, just for fun. We can suspend our disbelief. Hallo, Alexander. Es geht mir gut. Wie geht's dir? Also, guys, channel memberships are now live on my channel. I'll be posting my first members-only video on my channel on this Friday in a couple of days. So if you're interested, you can join the channel. So which one is your favorite Pokemon? Care Guide, I do not close my poll questions until I've been on the live for 1 hour. So I won't be closing it for another 40 minutes or so. All right, so here's the tofu, and I'm realizing I forgot to season it. So let me get the seasonings in here. Bulbasaur, vegans love the Bulba garden, says Villain Killin' Dylan. Thank you, Major. Schönen guten Morgen. Okay, I saw that one, Alexander. Sizer was always my favorite, or Cacturn. I don't remember that one. The older you get, the faster time goes. That's exactly how it's feeling, Ryan, and I do not like it. Christmas will be here before you know it. Oh, Cassidy, that stresses me out. No. Oh, I don't like it. It's very like haunting. We were all on autopilot before COVID hit. Now the time flies by quick. Yeah, I can't exactly say what it is about COVID that suddenly made everything feel like it was going faster, but I really don't like it. You don't like being a time traveler. I just want time to feel like it's going more slowly. Raichu is my #1 Pokemon, or my favorite Pokemon, says just a dude. Hi, Rocky Goodwin. Ash A is here. I'm the happiest man alive when I see you. Thank you, Ash. Hi, Daniel Spencer. Highly sensitive healer. Agreed about Timothy. Yeah, I love Timothy. He's honestly like one of my favorite up and coming actors, but he's very like haute couture, avant-garde, like very high drama, high acting, and I just don't see him in like a super slick, action-packed muscle car, womanizing on the beach with his like martini or whatever. Like, that's just not Timothy Chalamet to me. I don't think I would buy it. Okay. I saw, oh my gosh, Cassidy, you joined the Inside Scoop membership. That's awesome. Thank you. You definitely were asking about channel membership. So congratulations on being the very first member of the channel, Cassidy. You'll be seeing the video on Friday. So I set 2 levels of memberships, and there's like the health hub. I think I'm going to change it to the health huddle. I think that's more fun. And then the Inside Scoop. And the Inside Scoop level has members only videos and shorts. So thank you, Cassidy. I appreciate you. Daniel Spencer says Wonka. Yes, that was Timothy as well. I think the Earth has somehow spun off of its axis. I actually did see something about the axis migrating. I have to like circle back on that, because that one was really, I read it and I was like, I don't think I'm mentally ready to read something like this, because this is like completely Earth, not shattering, but Earth moving, and I just didn't feel like reading it at the time. Hi, Alejandro Oropeza. Timothy is a great actor, but he isn't even British. That's true. You're so right. He's like American, but also French. Like, he spent a lot of I think he split his time between the States and France, and he speaks French fluently. I've watched him on French talk shows speaking in French. So I completely forgot about that point. That's a great point you bring up, Havish. Hi, Brian Middleton. Welcome back. Yabba Dabba Doo says, March for me is lambing time, more new life. Yes, my uncle goes out lambing with his brother and the brother's wife. So I've gotten a lot of cute pictures from lambing season. Brian, I'm doing well today. Pretty busy Wednesday, but a good one. Let's see. You have to be British to be Bond. That's not fair. Oh, absolutely. That is like I think that's the #1 qualification is, are you British? You have to be British to be James Bond. It would be kind of insulting to not have it be British. I don't know, Invictus. I mean, that's a good point, but at least there were other Spider-Man franchise. You're thinking of the one Spider-Man franchise with Tom Holland, but don't forget, we had Tobey Maguire as the original Spider-Man, and we also had Andrew Garfield. I don't know if Garfield might be British, but the original Spider-Man was an American. So I think I really would want Bond to stay British, in my opinion. Hey there, Green Day. What's up, dude? Says highly sensitive healer. Hannah cooks seasoned food much better than most people I know. Thank you. Hi, Adrian. Jesse Torres says, hello again from Illinois. I had Mexican rice with green beans and chicken. What are you making? I'm making some tofu scramble. I'm seasoning it. I need to grab some curry and other things. And then I'm going to set it on my stovetop and just let it cook away. Yes, Cassidy, you are green. You are a member. So exciting. So this is paprika. Love using lots of this stuff. It smells great, it tastes incredible, and it gives food a great color. Thank you, Willboy1. I love your almond. You are the perfect woman. Thank you. GoldenEye was the best Bond movie. I was just not impressed with GoldenEye. I'm not a fan of the old movies. For me, what kills most of the old Bond movies is the terrible action effects. Like, they look so bad compared to the more modern Bond movies. Because I basically grew up starting with, like, I saw some old Bond movies, but I pretty much started consuming Bond movies in high school when Casino Royale came out. And then I watched all of the ones with Daniel Craig. And the action sequences, of course, are incredible. The high res action shots, but yeah, I struggle to watch the old Bonds because the effects are so bad. All right, congrats to both of you, says Highly Sensitive Healer. Health Huddle sounds awesome. Yes, I'm gonna change the name of that level 1 of my memberships, because I was like, I want it to be Health something, and I was thinking Health Hive, Health Hub, but I like the sound of Health Huddle better, because it's like, it has like the team vibe, and I don't know, like a support, not that I need one, but I liked the name Health Huddle more than Health Hub, which is what I currently have. I think you'll have a few more before the night is over, says Cassidy. Yeah, well, and honestly too, I was thinking this, Cassidy, so I spent pretty much all of this evening before I hopped onto this live stream editing my very first video that I'm going to be posting for members only on my channel, and it's a long one. It's a 20-minute get to know me video where I talk about basically my life up until now. I talk about my childhood, my high school experience, my college, post-college, grad school, jobs, all of it, my family. So, when I post the video to my channel, I think it'll be, what I've seen so far is it'll be visible to everyone as a members only video, but you can only watch it if you're a member. So I think that will also pique people's interest in becoming a member when they see the video uploads that look interesting, but then they realize, oh, I can't watch this unless I'm a member of the channel. So I think it'll take time, and I'm not like gunning to get a bajillion members in 0 time. I'm perfectly happy right now to just grow the channel and kind of figure out the best routine for not burning out, but getting a lot of uploads to the channel. I think that's the key. That's a balance that I've still been working to get down. Being as active as I can on YouTube, but not overdoing it to the point where I'm getting like actually sick of YouTube and burning myself out. Hi, Johnny. Yes, Gus. It's 7:23 in the morning for Rubs. Hello again. I'm glad to see you here, Rubs. Thank you for coming back and chatting. Hi, we've got, it looks like Russian. Peter Alexander Constantine is here. Hi, Peter. There is also an older Spider-Man LOL with someone else. Cassidy is a real fan. I'm hoping to become a member too. Ash A, yeah. Totally up to you. It's bonus content. I will still have plenty for you all to see on the regular platform, publicly viewable. And memberships are basically a monthly fee that you pay. I think, so I set my first level at $2.99 and my second level at $4.99 or one of those. I think it's $4.99. And it's just extra perks that you get for being a member of the channel. And it's exciting. And I've mentioned this before, but I'm currently in a boot camp that's being run by YouTube, a staff member at YouTube, and he's walking us through how to set up memberships, think about pricing, think about names, don't overpromise. Basically, like, don't overpromise what you're gonna have with these memberships. Have people pay and then you can't deliver. So it's been a really helpful boot camp so far, especially because it's someone who is employed by YouTube and he's worked there for over a decade, so he knows it well. Yeah, I love the feeling of, okay, I'm leveling up, I'm learning something new, I'm getting better at the platform. It's a very satisfying feeling. We've got someone from Serbia. That is Dope. Hello, Milos Stankovic. GoldenEye 007 on the Nintendo 64 is a GOAT video game, says Invictus. Casti is a real fan, I'm hoping. Okay, I saw that one from Ash. Happy Wednesday to you too, Antonio. Thank you so much, and good to have you here. Modern Bond may as well be a cartoon with all of that CGI. I think the CGI is fine. I think it's the old ones that are, honestly, they look like a piece of shite. It's so bad. Like, I just remember laughing at one of the old ones with Pierce Brosnan because I was like, it's so bad. But of course, it's like, that's the technology they had. That's the best they could do. But I still can't get past it as a younger millennial close to the border with Gen Z. OMG, hi, do you remember me? I do remember your name. Yes, come be my bestie. Ash A. Yes, definitely become a member. I would love to see you and Kirby as members. You're so sweet. The football fan, I was watching when you were making that cinnamon roll thing. Cinnamon roll thing? Like, did you watch the video of me eating the world's best cinnamon roll? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's a video I recently did. Hi, Buddy Moles. Hi, that girl. So this is the tofu scramble. I feel like it's still not looking as yellow as I want it to. And I tend to heavy hand my spices because I love a lot of flavor. So I'm gonna add a little more paprika and a little bit more of this curry. I don't know if you guys can hear in the background, it's the Downton Abbey theme. I'm rewatching Downton Abbey for the 6th time in my life. I am a super fan. I started watching Downton Abbey with my mom on PBS Masterpiece back in 2010 or whenever it started. I was in high school and I'm absolutely obsessed with the series. Okay, hi John Frassa, how are you doing in New York? You watched Terminator Genesis. I think I did. I was Googling, and when I was looking at like clips of it and the cast, I did see that earlier. I wasn't sure when we were talking about it earlier, but I have seen Terminator Genesis, and I did like it, Peter. 4 people from the Serbia in the chat. Cool. Serbia is super interesting. I have never been, but I would love to go. And one of the first things I think about when I think of Serbia is how many very talented athletes you all produce in football, like soccer, Cristiano football. And what else? I think of soccer, I think of tennis, I think of basketball, and I think of ice hockey. You guys are tremendous. You guys have tremendous athletes from your country. All right, tofu is mixed and ready to go. I'm gonna pop this over on my stovetop now. And just let it cook slowly. Hi, Jose Eduardo Lopez. I'm making tofu and quinoa. Hi, Derek. Hi, Abby. Hi, Rod. Doing well. How about you? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. 2 days to go until the weekend. Will you be making hot cross buns for Easter or something else like simnel cake or simnel cake? I love that suggestion. I have never made cinnamon rolls from scratch before. And I like the idea of doing something for Easter. I haven't thought yet what I want to do. I'll write down Easter. I could do simnel buns, cinnamon. What did you say? Oh, you said hot cross buns. I've never made hot cross buns either, but they sound great. Easter. All right. Hi, Jojo. Did everyone file their taxes yet? I must be the only one who waits till the day it's due, LOL. I'm sure there's plenty of people who have not filed their taxes. The deadline is over a month away. It's April 15th, and we're not even in March yet. So I wouldn't expect a lot of people. I mean, some people have. I know people who do it literally like the day that you can start filing your taxes, which I don't even know when that is, like end of January maybe, or very beginning of February. I just do mine on the earlier side of things rather than later. Hi, Chris Berry. Anchovy pizza, would you? I do not eat anchovy because I'm vegan. What's in the pot? If you're wondering about this pot, this is quinoa. I had tofu going in the other one. I'm not trying to rush you, but I'm excited for merch with a cooking channel. The sky is the limit on stuff you would sell. I know, Cassidy. I know. There's always so much to like consider and plan for. And there's a great quote that I heard recently, and it like spoke directly to me how I feel right now. The quote is, "You can have it all, but you can't have it all at once." And I was like, that is a great piece of advice, because I've fallen into the trap of, ooh, I want to train for a marathon, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and I want to take trips, and I want to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, there's only 24 hours in a day. You gotta pace yourself. So I definitely want to do merch. I don't have the bandwidth now, but it's fun to brainstorm what merch items could be, Cassidy. Zoom TV show, says Straumboni. What you cooking? NBC, I'm making quinoa and tofu. Cassidy is pumped up. Yes, I love the enthusiasm, and I do get excited for merch. Hi, Ches Rich, welcome back. Adeife Games, I'm making tofu and quinoa. Favorite Pokemon? Hitmonlee? I don't know what that is. I'm not left-handed, Brian. You're just seeing a mirror reflection. I love watching people grow on YouTube. Cassidy, you're so sweet. Okay. User. Yeah, no spamming or you get banned forever. Chloe is back. Hi, Chloe. Good to see you. Kirby, are you on mobile, Cassidy? Pokemon Gen 1 is the best. I agree. Chloe, I'm doing well today. How about you? Lisan, hello. John says, congrats on 5K. Thank you so much. I crossed 5K. I think it was on Sunday that I crossed. And yeah, it's a really fun milestone. Oh, we've got a second member. Yay, Kirby's a member. I see you joined the Health Hub. I was mentioning earlier, I don't know if you heard me say this, but I feel like I was getting close with the name I wanted, so I'm gonna change it to the Health Huddle. Like, you know, NFL Sports Huddle. I thought that would be a little bit more fun and a little more like relevant to what I partially do on YouTube, which is I do like to watch sporting events, and I do like athletics and working out. So thank you, Kirby. You're the second member of the channel. This is amazing. Woohoo! Get to on my laptop to become a member. I see you. No worries. Can you do a Zoom meet and greet, please? I would consider that, yes. That's actually something that was brought up as one perk you could do for members in this boot camp that I'm attending. Honestly, this boot camp has been really helpful because they have us, it's a group of 40 smaller creators, anywhere from about 5K all the way up to like 20K. And we're basically attending this virtually and brainstorming together in the chat or with the instructor. And some people have turned on their memberships already in our little group that are taking this boot camp, and they've mentioned all these different things they've done for merch and for memberships, and yeah, it's like endless possibilities. I do think a virtual meet and greet would be really fun. Chloe. Hi, Michael Bibi. Guten Abend. Wie geht's dir? Chloe is there. MJ says hi. Hi, MJ. Hi, Richa. You give off wife material vibes to stranger. Health Hub sounds like what they offer at CVS Pharmacy, LOL Huddle. I know, one thing they told us in our boot camp was do not like you should give your membership levels a name, and the default setting on YouTube right when you're started, like when you're going into your settings to launch your memberships and make them like published, it just says level 1 and level 2, and the instructor for the bootcamp is like, take some time, put some effort into it, put some thought into it, come up with some level names that are relevant to your channel, that are fun. But I was like, Health Hub does sound like either something to do with like the insurance marketplace or a CVS pharmacy. It didn't quite sound right. And then I thought of Huddle, and I was like, this is what I want. So I will change that. Don't worry, I will change the member name. Hi, Timothy Peters. Hey, did I see you on a different channel, the politics one? Definitely wasn't me, because I don't talk about politics on here. Jamma Mama or Jama Mama. Thank you, Holy Smokes Vape UK. Is there an order for mod? Is there an order for mod? I don't know what your question means. What is your favorite Pokemon? I'm gonna let you know in 18 minutes when I hit the 1 hour mark. Oh, weird. 1 second. Yeah, it's definitely not me, because that's a topic that I steer clear from on YouTube and social media in general. Okay, so I hear my tofu cooking. I'm gonna get some water in this quinoa. Like a line for mod. I chose my mods, if you're wondering about like how people became mods on my channel. I chose my mods like months and months ago, and they were people, I think most of the mods, so I have 5, and I'm trying to think, I mean, it was either people who I had known even before going live, or people who were present on my live streams from very, very early on. So there's not really a line, and I'm not adding any more, because I can self-mod, and also it's like I like self-modding. My 5 mods are great, and I have shadow banned over 1,000 words and phrases. Like I take notes whenever someone says something inappropriate, and then I just go into my settings after I exit the live stream, and I just keep adding words that I don't want to see, like the word traps, foul language, inappropriate comments, creepy comments, hateful racist comments, political comments. I just don't want to see it in the chat. So I feel like across all those layers of trying to filter the chat, there's no need for additional mods. Oh, okay, I thought I missed it, says NW. First t-shirt merch she drops has to have her famous cherry earrings. I was thinking, actually, it's funny you say that, Invictus. I was actually thinking of having one of the membership levels be cherry related, but I was like, I couldn't, like, maybe, here's the thing. Maybe if I add a top, like, so there's 2 levels of memberships right now, and if I were to add a 3rd level, that's like a higher price and even more perks than the first 2, I was actually thinking about doing the cherries on top as like a food related thing, and it's the cherry earrings because those are well known. So that's a potential 3rd membership level, but I think at this point I do not want to overpromise and then suddenly be scrambling and stressing out to deliver benefits at 3 different levels of membership. I think that'd be a pretty overly ambitious way to start channel memberships. Hi, I disagree. I'm seeing your super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. How about we change the members name to Kirby's Minions? Kirby, you need to set up your own channel memberships and have your members be called Kirby's Minions, because we would all join and become members of your channel. So you should save that for yourself. I'm not gonna take that. Hi, Jax904. Chloe says, okay. Hi, Swan Hugh family. Ace the Crazy Cat. NW says, wow, you are on it. Oh, the cherry comment, I think, is what you're commenting on, because you were the one who said, no, maybe that's not what you were commenting on, but maybe it is. Still Me says, what's for dinner? I'm late. You're not that late, and don't ever feel like you need to get here by a certain time. It's totally chill. I am cooking some quinoa, I'm cooking some tofu. I'm kind of debating what else to make, because I feel like tofu and quinoa are such regular things you see me cook on here. But to be quite honest, I'm, I don't know, I don't have much else going on in my kitchen. Maybe this could be an opportunity to consult ChatGPT and see if it can come up with anything for me. Cherries on top, nailed it, right in the notepad. Oh, I know, I need to write that down. But I don't think I would forget it actually. There's certain things, once I've thought of it, because I really just sat down on my couch and I think best, and I get my best ideas when it's either I'm in a quiet space with no distractions or I go for a walk. Like those two things help to get the creativity going. So I feel like you can't force creativity. It just like happens to you, but you can help yourself be more creative by getting yourself into better like environments. So I was like, okay, shut off the TV, shut off all the noise, and like just sit here with your notepad and think about names you could have for your channel. And the cherries one was one of the first things that came to me because I know that's been a fixture on my live streams. Meatloaf. Oh gosh, you could do cake tiers or cookie cupcake. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Kirby, I was thinking about doing like cookies and dessert, and I feel like there's so many levels of food puns you could do or food references, but these are the ones because I was like, you know what, you can, luckily YouTube, I was worried about this. I was worried that once you set your membership level and the name and everything and the perks, you wouldn't be able to alter it, but you can alter the name. I don't think you can alter the price once you set it. But in my head, I was like, okay, just get a name down. It doesn't have to be the perfect name, but in the interest of time and just getting membership set up, I went with the names I could think of that I thought were the best. And then I'm gonna go in and tweak them, and I might change them in the future too. I love you are so beautiful. Thank you, Juman. I respect that taking the necessary steps to curate the environment you want. I think that's the key to getting like your best work, is just try to set yourself up for success and pay attention to what helps you, but also be patient because you can't always force things to happen. Tony, I'm doing tofu, quinoa, and then I want to do a third thing, but I haven't decided what exactly. Cake slices, yes. I'm going to bed now. Have a good rest. Just to do, thank you for joining. Meatloaf, cupcake slices. Win Kirby says, Rich, sounds delicious. I'll be right back to watch your channel while I take my dog for a quick walk. Sounds good, Tony. We've got Marco, is it Ilic? Ilic from Belgrade. Wonderful. Wow. Swinging Chile says, what are we making tonight? Tofu and quinoa, and then something else. Banana bread, cornbread mix. What you making, Hannah? High and sweet. I am gonna go set this pot with, it's got quinoa, olive oil, I think I put salt in here, and then water. So I'm cooking quinoa. I've got tofu going on my stovetop. And then, I kind of want to brainstorm. Like, I'm thinking about what I have available. I could do popcorn again. I could get out my popcorn machine. I don't really have... I have a pretty empty fridge, and that's honestly on purpose because I've already bought ingredients for a recipe I'm making tomorrow, and I didn't want to just overbuy produce. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss for what I could make. And also too, I've been making a lot of sweets lately, and I feel like I start to feel like a little bit, not gross, but it feels like a little excessive when I've been eating sweets a lot, like baked goods. So yeah, what could I do, guys? I guess I have like, I'm curious if I could do something with this steel cut oatmeal. Like, can you make dessert items with steel cut oats? This has just been sitting in my pantry forever. It's one of those zombie apocalypse foods that will last, you know, years and years. I have no clue when this even expires, to be quite honest with you. I feel like, does it? It probably gets stale, but does it ever actually go bad? That's the real question. Make some gazpacho. I was reading it as garbanzo. Also, hi, Mr. Croissant. I missed a couple comments up above. Invictus says, I don't know what you do for a living, but when the YouTube pops off, will you leave the 9 to 5? Great question, Invictus. And I think about this a lot because you guys should all check him out. I'm gonna put his channel in here. Ian of YouTube. Dude, this guy, he's like recently blown up. It's insane. But the reason I talk about this in response to what you were asking, Invictus, is this guy has been on YouTube, Ian of YouTube, has been on YouTube for 13 years. He was like OG YouTube, and he over the last 13 years had made it up to like 19K. And then several of his videos just blew up and I think they have like millions of views now. And so he's all the way up to 200,000 subscribers, which is, I've thought about this a lot because you never know. It could be tomorrow, it could be a week from now, it could be a month from now, it could be end of this year, it could be a year or two from now. You never know, but it's always a possibility that you could just explode on YouTube and then have sustained levels of viewership that would allow you to have a full-time income. The thing is though, as we all have been seeing, the job market is extremely volatile. Job security is dwindling. Social media is fickle. Like it's like you can't count on ad revenue every month. You can't count on views every month. It's very like, you have to be like a mega channel to have a baseline guarantee of like a certain check amount every month. So given all the chaos of the layoffs so far this year, I have gone through a layoff myself. I was laid off during the COVID-19 pandemic, and that was really stressful. It was like such a shock, and I was like, okay, well, I hope there's more employment for me to go back to, but also we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I don't even know. So I have lost my job before. It's very stressful. And also all that practical stuff aside, I love my 9 to 5 job. It's my dream job. It pays well. It's interesting. My coworkers are amazing. I work almost fully remotely. I rarely have to go into the office. What is it? I mean, I have really good benefits. It's literally every possible checkbox you could have in a full-time job. It's honestly fun. Like, I am one of the people who can say, like, I look forward to Mondays. I have fun at my job. I feel like I'm helping people. I really feel like a sense of purpose at my full-time job. So even if I was making 3K, 5K, 10K a month, like plenty to basically cover my necessities and not work a 9 to 5, I would be very reluctant because I like the stability of my job and I also love my job. So as of now, the only way I could see myself leaving my full-time job is if I was actually, like, if my 9 to 5 was preventing me from going to YouTube events, or it was severely limiting the time I wanted to be making more content. Or say, for example, say I wanted to go to CreatorCon, which is a huge like YouTube event for YouTube creators. And I mean, I'm sure YouTube, like CreatorCon, takes place during the week. Or say there was some influencer event that was once in a lifetime amazing, but it was a week long and I had to be at my 9 to 5. Those kinds of things would have me starting to consider maybe I should step away from my 9 to 5, which it's hard to say when exactly that would come. But for now, I am 100% locked in my 9 to 5. All right, that was a long ramble. Let me get to the comments here. Yabba is saying flatbread. Hi, JR the boss. Always with your diamonds and fire emojis. Fried bologna. Oh wait, that's not healthy. I'm also vegan, so I don't eat bologna. Cassidy said something up here. If you ever get a chance, check out the differences between horizontal and vertical lives. YouTube really likes the vertical lives for some reason. For some people. Oh, 100% Cassidy. I started off my YouTube live journey doing only desktop because YouTube has changed the rule now. But when I started doing live streams, you could only start doing vertical lives when you reached 1,000 subscribers. So I started doing live streams as a way to hopefully grow and get to that 1K so I could do mobile. But let me tell you, the traffic on horizontal live streams was so low. There were some nights where I was getting like single digit viewers the whole night. And I think it's just people prefer to watch and to scroll on their phone less often on their desktop computers or laptop computers. Bossy says, I would. All right, who else is here? Rich says, better do the popcorn sooner, it will wake the neighbors. True. Thank you, Brian. Steel cut is the way to go. You can make apple crisp with those oats. I don't have apples though, that's the problem. Save it for the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, I could, NC. We've got Jorge Luis from Madrid. I love Madrid. I was there over a decade ago. I went to the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium because I love Cristiano so much. And that was when he was playing for them. Eat it straight from the tin. Yikes, I don't think so. I think that would be absolutely horrid. Oatmeal cookies I could do. Overnight oats in the microwave. Okay. Yes, Jax904, the 7-Eleven guy. Ian of YouTube is hilarious, and he has such a good voice. He has such a good personality. He's funny, but he's so respectful and wholesome. He is very close with his grandma. His grandma loves to go to the casino, so he was taking some of his channel donations and taking his grandma to the casino. Really just honest, wholesome content, but it's also showing the struggle of being a 7-Eleven worker and just like the grind of it. Very, like, so well deserved. I'm so, like, you see those channels that blow up and you're so happy for that person, and I'm like, dude, I am so happy for you, Ian. I'm so glad that he blew up. I say Pikachu is your favorite Pokemon. I also need to remember to close the poll in about 1 minute here. Hi, Sanjeev. Growth is a move. Maybe she meant Growlithe. What did I say? Oh, it auto-corrected me. I meant Growlithe. My bad, guys. Yeah, sorry. That's the one thing that's driving me nuts about iPhone. It's been auto-correcting me on a lot of things, and that's supposed to say Growlithe. It's cool seeing his channel changing so fast. Jax, I completely agree. I'm so happy for him. Hi, Nick. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Also, I need to check on my food really quick over here. Let's see. Just a Juice says my back hurts. Oh no! If a zombie apocalypse happened, would you stay vegan? That's probably, I probably wouldn't. I think I would say I'm a practical vegan. So if I'm gonna be like withering away because of my diet during something like an apocalypse, that's just kind of silly at that point. So I would stay vegan as much as I could, but then I probably would have to turn to other things to stay alive. So I would be very flexible and adaptable during the zombie apocalypse, which I think that's the key to surviving, is adapt and overcome any hardship. Hi, 200 IQ Tyler. I'm making tofu and quinoa, about to make hopefully something with this steel cut oatmeal. I might be Googling some recipes over here to the side. Flame says, Slay Bestie, KB Productions, least favorite car? It's gotta be the Soviet Trabi, which is what they would drive in the Soviet Union and East Germany. Hideous cars, did not work well. It's funny because, yeah, I mean, just, yeah, they're garbage. So the Trabi from the Soviet times. Yeah, wholesome guy, looking forward to seeing his content. Did you see he got re-hot? Yes, I did. I've been so invested in his channel ever since, like, the algorithm has been feeding me his really like viral videos, because he's like really funny. I love seeing his coworkers. It's interesting to see his life as a 7-Eleven worker and just the crazy stuff he has to deal with. And then the fact that he got fired, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, he is giving so much like good press to 7-Eleven, and he was fired for some BS reason. It wasn't even right. And I think they got enough pushback in Google reviews and probably elsewhere that they realized that it was a huge mistake firing him, because from everything I've seen, he's a class act guy, excellent employee. People have said, oh my goodness, if you were my employee at my 7-Eleven franchise, you would make my life so much easier, because it's hard to find employees like you who are reliable, respectful, diligent, positive, pleasant to be around. Yeah, so I was very, very happy for him when he posted his video about getting rehired after getting fired from 7-Eleven. Yes, you are correct, Kirby. It's Growlithe and Charizard. Did I mess that up too? You guys, I trust you know Pokemon enough to know what I was talking about. All right, I'm gonna close the poll now because we're at 62 minutes. I'm gonna give my tofu a little thing, a little stir. Ooh, I let it cook for a little too long, but that's okay. It just got stuck on the bottom for a little bit, but whatever. It happens. It's just kind of a pain to get off once you have to like wash the pan. 200 IQ Tyler, you were asking about what I'm cooking, so I'm making some tofu scramble. Or the Tesla truck. I love the Cybertrucks. Why do people hate the Cybertrucks? They're so cool. Hi, Raphael Reinhardt. How are you? Didn't you say you're in Munich? I know you said you were in Germany. Jojo says, how are you? I'm doing well. Pikachu is a mouse, indeed. What is your purpose for being vegan? 2 reasons. So I went vegan 13 years ago when I was 18 years old. I'm now 31 years old. Sometimes I forget my age. The 2 main reasons were, so I went vegan back in 2012. What I was reading about factory farming practices, this mass industrial, just like bad hygienic conditions, lots of animal suffering, lots of risk of contamination and diseases in the meat and the products. So I did not want to support factory farming. And also too, I want to live a very long life. Like I want to live past 100 years old. And I figured that sticking to plant-based whole foods was a good strategy for living a long life and hopefully avoiding a lot of health issues and chronic conditions that can creep up later in life. For example, my grandpa, my mom's dad, died of a heart attack when he was like not that old. And I think it was a combination of stress. He worked a lot of jobs. They were working class, so he had multiple jobs, but also like diet was not great. And there's like some health conditions in my mom's family in particular that I'm trying to avoid, and I think are largely due to lifestyle, less to do with genetics. So like I'm looking at my relatives and what things they're having to deal with in older age in their 60s and 70s and 80s. And I'm like, I really don't want to have to deal with that if I can avoid it by doing stuff now in my 30s and in my 20s. So those are the reasons. Those are the 2 main reasons. 70 years old Kirby, how is Madagascar? All right. I love this. I love the game of like, you find something in your kitchen and you're like, what can I make with this? What could I possibly come up with? Like, I know I have like dried cherries. I have raisins. I have chocolate chips. I'm sensing I can make some kind of like rustic cookie with some dried fruit maybe. I have some flour. Lots of possibilities here. Hi, Being. I saw Kirby's animals today. Oh, cute. I've tuned into a few of Kirby's live streams and they're so cute. Do you like the Detroit Lions? Yes. Lion Man, so I'm from the Midwest. I'm based in Minnesota. I root for all of the Midwest teams, and I for sure thought that the Detroit Lions were going to the Super Bowl this year, and I was very, very sad for them when I forget at what stage they crashed out of the playoffs, but yeah, it was brutal. Okay guys, poll results. You should know by now the first option you see in the list is never the correct answer because that's what the drive-by scrolling viewers always pick and then move on. So the first option always gets like way too many votes because of that. At least I suspect that's what's going on. So it's not Bulbasaur, that's what I put first. 34% of people said Bulbasaur. Not that one. 30% said Charizard. I love Charizard, but it's not Charizard. 19% said Onyx, and that is my favorite. I remember thinking Onyx was both very, very cool as a kid, but also terrifying. And I do think I had at least one holographic card, Pokemon card of Onyx when I was a kid. I still have it's at my parents' house, but I still have my Pokemon collection, card collection, and they are laminated. Some people I've talked to who are big on the collector cards and keeping things and then selling them for a higher price later, they're like, are they laminated? Have you stored them correctly? I'm like, yes. They've been in the same laminated sleeves for, I mean, probably 20 years at this point. Hi, LB Watson. Welcome back to the chat. Today is Cristiano Ronaldo's birthday. That is incorrect, Brian, because I posted a video on Cristiano's birthday, which was, I believe, February 5th, but it was beginning of February. Today is not Cristiano's birthday. Jared Goff, the GOAT. I love Jared Goff. I was very sad for him. Tony says, I picked the first one, that your favorite Pokemon is Bulbasaur, even though Charizard is really cool. Hi, Steve Serrano. Jack says, I'm relatively new to your channel. Assuming most of your content is involving health, would you consider changing your content to like a lifestyle, vlog style, depending on your channel growth? Yes, Jax, 100%. This has been on my mind for ages. So because I'm very busy, like I have a 9-to-5 job, I have a life outside of work. What else? It's just, I travel sometimes. I just don't have the time. My approach here was, let me back up. I wanted to grow on YouTube, but I knew I was working with limited time given my lifestyle. So I picked something. I picked a niche, which was vegan food, to be consistent with. I knew I could be consistent about it because I love cooking and baking. I do it every single day, and I figured I can do this if I'm doing it anyways as my channel topic. So I honed in on that, and that grew my channel a lot last year, and it has grown it a lot this year so far. But I have thought that if anything, like the type of content I'm going for is like Martha Stewart, where she started in the culinary space as a caterer and as just like a hospitality lady, but it has branched out to like all this other stuff. And I feel like there's so many other things I want to feature on my channel, but for strategic purposes, I did go with food as my first niche that would grow the channel. So I've thought about, I want to do a lot more excursions out to parts of Minnesota, doing hiking, camping vlogs, skiing, running, races that I'm signed up for, very much like more, it's like whole life health, not just food. Jojo says Cybertruck with the sunglasses. Cybertruck is weird. I freaking love the Cybertrucks. They're so cool. Hi, Andrew. Welcome back. Being says, still you are 18. Very much not. Jojo says, I forget my age every day. I'm 32 and I forget until I look in the mirror. I've noticed this when people ask me my age. I know that I'm in my 30s, like that's registered in my brain, but there are times where I'll say 30 and then I'm like, wait, hold on, I'm 31. I'm not just 30 anymore. Flip the tofu in the pants, says Brian. Hi, Parthic. Oh, I'm sorry, Brandon Reed. Oh no, that's so horrible to hear. I'm so sorry. Oh, I was gonna say I saw your name. I'm like, oh, it's so good to see you, but also very sad to hear that update. Dang. I hope you're able to take some bereavement time from work and just relax and not stress about other stuff right now. I'm really sorry to hear that, Brandon. Brian thinks it's everyone's birthday today. Where am I here? Baby Tevez, 71 now, Madagascar is great. Ernest says, wow, 2012, I had been in the Army for about 9 years and just got to the White House and started traveling as an AV technician. Very cool, Ernest. Hi, Splend. Sounds like oatmeal chocolate cookie night, homegirl, says Jax. Maybe, yeah, I'll be Googling a little bit to see what I can come up with. Today is Kirby's birthday again. Onyx is like the worst Gen 1 Pokemon. What are you talking about? No, I loved Onyx. Onyx is cool. Seen a recipe how to make pickled raisins? I don't know what you're saying, Yabba Dabba Doo. Onyx on a roll. Congratulations, Green Rich. Who do you trust for health advice? Very good question, Jojo. That's a really good question. Because I always have a little bit of skepticism. Like, it's just, I always want to do my own research and not just take someone's word for it, no matter who they are. Honestly, I think the best people to take health advice from are the frickin' ancient gangsters who are out there crushing it. Like, one of those people, I will say, is my grandpa. He's not a biological relative of mine, but he and his wife have been my grandparents because they adopted, technically sponsored my dad when he came to the United States as a refugee. They were like his host family that took him in. So I would say specifically my grandpa, he is now, oh my Lord. Okay, he was 84 in 2020, which means he's like almost 90 at this point. This man is unstoppable. Every time I see him when we get together for a family thing, he's like telling me and my sister about how many thousands of steps he walked like yesterday or in the last week. I'm like, this dude, this 90-year-old guy who was a career food scientist, so he does understand nutrition, is just like running circles around us young people, making us feel lazy. But the people who I trust the most with health advice are the people who have actually made it to their 80s and 90s, and they look amazing, they're at a healthy weight, they're fully cognitively sharp and with it, and they're giving you their own health advice. And because I'm like, the proof is in the pudding. Like, you've clearly made it to your age and you look incredible. You are fit, you are sharp, it's like, I feel like there's no room for BS because clearly they've made it that long. They've outlived a ton of people who didn't make it that long. So old, fit, and mentally sharp people are the people who I trust the most with health advice. Yabba Dabba Doo got the answer right. Congratulations. Invictus says, I checked the chat GPT like you said you've done, Hannah. It said oatmeal, cherry, and chocolate chip cookies, best of both worlds. I was thinking that too. I am thinking about chopping down some whole dried cherries that I have. Jamie says, I'm allergic to lactose and dairy and gluten. Interesting. Then I'm trying to think, you could be, I think there's a lot of diets that could work for you, but I eat mostly vegan and gluten-free, and that would check off all those things that you mentioned that you're allergic to if you're really strict about it. Bye, Ernest. I hope you get a lot of rest. Maybe take some time off if you can, just to like grieve your cat and recover from that loss, because it is traumatic. It's a death in the family. I consider it a death in the family. So I hope you take care of yourself, Ernest, and you, Brandon, too. Both of you. You're doing great, Hannah. Keep it up. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate you. Always good to see you. Hi, Leslie Mays. Thank you for coming back. Hi, Vineet H. I'm gonna go turn off the heat on my tofu before I totally burn it back here. Yeah, it's looking very well done, guys, but that's okay. All right. I'm just gonna grab a soup spoon. Okay. Yes, yesterday was his service, says Brandon. Okay. Yeah, but Ebadu says, I can't remember my age. The cookies will have raisins too, LOL. All of the stuff she has already would go in. I'm just imagining a Hannah Ian on YouTube called, dude, oh my God. He would be so, like, there's just, you know, there's some people and you just vibe with their personality and their delivery and their humor so well. I was like, I would love to collab with Ian. He cracks me up. He has such a like good attitude when it's such crappy conditions. And I really admire that in people, when you can have a positive attitude and a good sense of humor, even when you feel like just being done with all of the BS. So yeah, that would be an amazing collab. Jax. Hi, John J. LB says, Drew Barrymore starred in Never Been Kissed, where she was an adult and posed as a high school student to do a story. Drew looked 35 in that movie, however, you could totally pull it off. I think I could. I would be interested to see like what I could get away with, because people, not everyone, but enough people have said on my live streams that I look younger than my age. So I'm wondering like how low could I go and fool people that I'm actually that age? All right, I'm just kind of skimming some foamy nastiness off the quinoa. It's just part of the cooking process. And then I'm cooking some steel cut oatmeal chocolate chip cherry raisin cookies. I smoke, so probably not going to get old. You never know, just to do. There are some legends out there, and it has to be a miracle of genetics, but there are some people I've known who smoked like a chimney, and they made it almost to 100 years old. I was like, how is this possible? It doesn't make sense. Brian says Onyx is vegetarian as well. Funny. Bye, Parthic. My grandmother is 80, healthy and very thin, tries to tell me banana pudding is healthy. I didn't argue with her. Yeah, I will always give the benefit of the doubt to people who clearly are killing it in the health game and they've made it to an old age and they look great. Martha Stewart is one of my all-time heroes. She is 83 years old. And I look at her, like her whole physique, like she was the oldest Sports Illustrated cover model ever. And you're like, dude, who looks this good at 83? So I've read all about her, and she is like a super, super hard worker, up at 4 in the morning. She runs on very little sleep. And she's doing all this incredible stuff. Like she does Pilates 3 times a week. She has a sawmill. She has horses. She has businesses. Obviously she like collabs with Snoop Dogg. I'm like, girl, like how do you have this energy at 83? She's not on any pharmaceutical like prescription medications. Like she drinks her healthy green juice every morning. Clearly the woman is doing something right, because I can't think of anyone who looks that good at 83 or even in their 80s. Steve says, I lost some weight with carnivore. I hate it because of animal suffering. All the meat in the stores suck. I mean, it's totally up to you. I'm not saying one diet is better than another. It's just, I think it's all about preference, and it's your life, it's your body, so you get to eat whatever you want. Okay. All right. Ooh. It is hot. All right, not my finest day in the kitchen, but that's okay, guys. My grandmother is, okay, read that one. Gonna fight the king ant from Hunter. I have no clue what you're talking about. Your FBI agent. My aunt is allergic to stupid people. She tells me. That's hilarious. I've heard that before. Hi, Ricardo Kobe. A woman in the UK who's 105 had a full-blown rave party for her birthday. Go, girl, go. Exactly. That is the kind of old person that I am determined to be. I have no interest in withering away, having 1,000 health issues, having mental, like, sharpness decline. None of that. Ugh. Hi, Ricardo Kobe from Minas Gerais, Brazil. Crazy Barber's here. Do we trust the doctors for health advice? They're not all the same people, so I think it depends on the doctor you're talking to. Raphael Reinhardt says, yes, I'm from Munich, like your live stream. Amazing. I love München. Hi, Sia Bunga. Jax, I wouldn't either. Banana pudding is fire. Thank you, Crazy Barber. Brandon, brother, hook me up with an IV of banana pudding. John says, hey, beautiful, if you could travel to 3 countries, what would they be? I wouldn't want to travel to a country that I've already been to, and I have been to most of Europe. So I would pick, it probably would be all European countries though, because I love Europe so much. I would pick Italy first. I would pick, let me think. Italy is for sure number 1. Oh, Russia, number 2. And probably, I have been to the UK, but I haven't been to Scotland. So I would say UK 3rd because I have not made it up to Scotland. I've only been to London and Oxford. Leslie, I have no clue. You could be any age between, I don't know, 18 and 100. Brian Moses, any updates on the El Chupacabra? Jack says LOL. Oh, Brandon is saying Jack's LOL. I wish I could. If a person has only bad memories, I wonder if they look forward to mental decline. That's a sad thought, but logically I think it might check out. I thought we were supposed to blindly trust the experts. I think the number 1 rule of life is one of the number 1 rules of life. I think there's several. Always do your own research. Don't be lazy. Don't listen and just blindly accept what anyone else is saying. Because think about historically, all of the geniuses who came up with all these different theories, like the man, I forget who it was, maybe it was Copernicus. He was like the bold person in like the 1500s who said, actually, I think the sun is at the center of our solar system, not the earth. And everyone freaking laughed at him and thought he was like just this idiot, like laughed him out the door. And these were all of the like scientific experts of the day. So just because someone is an expert, yes, it like gives them a little more credentials and trustworthiness, but at the end of the day, do your own damn research. Like, we live in an age that no human has lived in before, where we have phones and laptops and AI and smart devices, and you can look up stuff and read a million things on the internet. Do your own research. It takes 2 seconds. Do not just blindly accept everything you hear, no matter who it's coming from. That is one of my top rules. Hi, El Rulo. Sir Johnny Bravo says, hey, Hannah, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Cooking a couple things at the moment. Best thing to ever come out of England is the road back to Scotland. LOL. I can think of a few things that are wonderful that have come out of England. Happy tax season, Hannah. Watching your video is nice. Thank you, Tony. Oh no, I'm 4 days sick and have 12 pages of homework. Yikes. I mean, hopefully you can get an extension on your homework. My teachers would give us extensions whenever we were sick and had homework assignments. Russians get a lot of hate, but I love the family structure. One day I would love to still visit. Yeah, I mean, I think they're getting a lot of hate now because of the war, but it's like, if you can put that current event aside in your mind, because it's like, there have been many countries that have been involved in many wars for thousands of years. So currently they're unpopular, especially here in the United States. But I think culturally, historically, architecturally, from literature perspective, like they are such a tremendous, legendary, the arts, dancing, ballet, Tchaikovsky, all of it is so tremendous. So I don't whatever. I don't care if people throw hate at me. I love Russian history and culture and the arts. And they have contributed so much to like so many fields. A lot of science, like brilliant scientists from Russia. Yeah, they've contributed much to like human civilization. So I'm a fan. Nice. Italy, Australia, New Zealand would be my choices. John. In Italy, them does blow a whistle and say thief, thief, and follow you all around saying thief. Sure, but I would still go. I wouldn't let them ruin my fun. I heard Italy has gotten worse with thieves. I think honestly, like most of Europe has gotten worse. Like London, apparently, I follow a lot of UK people. London is not doing great. Actually, the UK, a lot of creators on YouTube say that the UK is dying, if not already dead. Germany is having a lot of issues with, I mean, they had that terrorist attack at the Christmas market in December. There have been a lot of stabbings and violent incidents, which it's sad to hear because when I lived in Germany, that wasn't the case. So I think Europe actually is having a lot of issues right now with safety. My uncle says that you and he will send a pic of his El Chupacabra. Oh my god, what happened? Rich, I'm so glad you brought this up. It's a bit of a bummer for the topic of conversation, but quite literally, Rich, as I was about to hit go live on my phone for this live stream I'm on now, I just saw on YouTube on my main page, like my feed, that Michelle Trachtenberg had passed away, and my jaw hit the ground. I was like, no, like I always fear the worst when it's someone that young, but I want to look this up because I saw that quite literally like 3 seconds before I went live tonight, and I have to know what happened because I grew up with Michelle Trachtenberg on Disney Channel. Like I watched her in Ice Princess, and I watched her in, I think she was in a few like Disney Channel movies. She was just like very sweet, and seeing that news just broke my heart. I was like, how did she pass? Oh, I'm so nervous. No, oh no. What? She's so young. Okay, this People magazine article says Michelle Trachtenberg was, quote, really sick and struggling last year prior to her death. So it sounds like Interesting. Okay. Physically, so like this is an insider who was saying that Trachtenberg looked pale, gaunt, and very thin. Wow, I hadn't seen her in years, but wow, she does not look well. She doesn't even look herself in this Instagram picture. Oh no. Yeah, she does not. That is not the Michelle Trachtenberg I remember. Oh my god, her eyes almost look like they're jaundiced. Wow. Oh, I'm so sad for her. Oh no. You guys, I'm so bummed about this. Wow. What happened? Wow. You guys, it's always such a like, it's like when one of the singers from One Direction, Liam Payne, passed away. I think he's roughly my age. Like he would be like 31 right now if he were still alive, and it's just horrible. Okay, back to the chat. Sorry guys, I'm behind now. So yes, I was at the Michelle Trachtenberg comment. Horrible. Germany, UK, probably Poland. A lot of stabbing in the UK. That's what I've been reading, JoJo. It's like disappointing to read. Gillespie, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Highly Sensitive Healer says it's horrible. Do you remember Michelle Trachtenberg? Of course, yes, yes. I saw that and was so just same level of shock as with Liam Payne from One Direction, where I'm like, dang, like I grew up, it feels like I grew up with you as a millennial, like you were, I mean, she was 39 at the time of her death, and I'm 31, so it's like someone who I wouldn't have gone to high school with, but it's still someone who feels close enough in age where I was seeing them all the time on my kid shows. And I loved like her movies, her TV shows, and I'm like, dang, you're so young. And we were just talking before this topic came up about people living into their 80s, 90s, past 100 years old. And the thing is, it feels so possible these days, given how early we can catch things, how much screening we have, AI tools, medicines are getting better, treatments are getting better, tech is getting better. So it just feels like now is the time more than ever when you can live to 100 or longer. Oh, horrible. I heard Poland is actually safe. Nothing is going on there. Poland is actually, I've watched people who are based in Poland and they upload videos and they're basically like, we don't want to have anything to do with what's going on with the rest of Europe because Poland is very safe. There's not as much theft. There's not as much violent crime as what you're seeing in the UK, in Germany, in where else was I reading this? I think Denmark has had some issues. Sweden has definitely had some issues. More Western Europe, but Poland I've heard is like they're like, don't bring your problems over here. We want to stay safe. Poland is still very safe, and so is Hungary. I would totally believe that. I loved her in Buffy the Vampire Slayer as Dawn. I never watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was a little bit before my time. I think I was just a little too young to watch that show when it was like new, but I would watch it now, but I think I'd be also kind of sad seeing Michelle Trachtenberg in it. Hi, Ola. Good to see you as well. We've got Sophisticated Supernova. Have you ever had alligator sausage? I think it's great. I've not had alligator sausage, but I have had alligator on a stick at the Minnesota State Fair when I was a kid. I really liked it. Herbie says probably liver problems. Ugh, and pale. Yeah, that recent photo I saw of Michelle Trachtenberg was very disturbing. She did not look like herself to me. I like all of Michelle Trachtenberg movies and TV shows. Recent liver transplant, and she struggled with alcoholism. Oh, okay, that would explain the liver problems then. Dang, that is so sad. Hello, Hannah. I learned of you through my dear friend, Highly Sensitive Healer. I just became your subscriber. Look forward to following your superb channel. Thank you, Red Rose. That's so sweet that Highly Sensitive Healer was your connection to this channel. Thank you to you, Red Rose, and also thank you to Highly Sensitive Healer. LOL Sophisticated, I take your word for it. Hit like and subscribe. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Kid Panther 1234. I think he was killed. Who are you talking about? She was looking very bad for her age. Yeah, that one, the photo I just pulled up of her, like that was very recent, was shocking because she did not look like how she looked when I was watching her in like Disney movies. I know that's a while ago, but still, you see actors age and you can see the resemblance to their younger selves and they don't look like bad. They just look older. But she looked sick in her recent photos, to me at least. I recently seen a video of Justin Bieber and he was looking strung out. It was so sad. I've heard like things have not been going well for him and I'm worried because I really like Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. I mean, he did have Lyme disease for a long time. I don't know if that's fully cured. Yeah, I feel like he's had some issues for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, yeah. Yeah, there's one photo that isn't looking great. Oh, it's just such a bummer. Yeah. I don't know, it's hard to say because he did have Lyme disease, and I don't know if I feel like it's one that it can be treated, but I feel like in a sense it is like killing you slowly because you're chronically tired and have to get all these treatments. Bieber looking bad now. Yeah, it is sad, Ola. He was looking kind of rough in the photos I pulled up. Tastes like chicken, indeed, yes. Hi, Rohan. Justin Bieber probably getting tired of being so popular. I don't know. I mean, you could say the same for Taylor Swift, but I mean, that woman looks like a goddess. I mean, she's looking great. She never looks not good. So, and she's older than him, and I feel like she's been in the game longer than him, but she seems to never show any fatigue. She's like everywhere all at once. Poor dude was essayed by older women. Oh no. Oh no, that's sad. Phase exit. Hello, Green Day. Thank you so very much. Carrie Fisher was a sad celebrity from death for me, but only did I like her, but passing meant we would never again see Luke. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Carrie Fisher. Oh, wow. For some reason, I thought she was still around. I was just watching some Star Wars movies, and she was only 60. I wonder how she passed away. What was the cause? Sleep apnea and other factors. Huh. Oh, she had suffered a cardiac arrest. Dang. Man, such a bummer. Taylor looks incredible. That girl is always on point. Never seen them together again, I meant, says just a dude. Yeah, yep, totally. I wouldn't want to be famous. I think I wouldn't mind fame, but the thing is, I think I could handle it now in my 30s or later, but I would never have wanted to be famous anytime prior to my 30s, to be quite honest, because I think as you get older, it's like you're more confident in yourself. You're like, you know what you're about. You know your boundaries. You probably have like I think you've just like stabilized as a fully grown adult with like maturity and all that. But I just think as a kid, especially, or like a young, like a 18 to 20-year-old blowing up, I don't know. So I would be okay with fame. Normal but really nice life up until now. Kirby, I have made quinoa. Hopefully it's okay. So tofu and quinoa. Favorite Star Wars movie and character? It's one of the last three they did. I just love Adam Driver, so it's gotta be Kylo Ren as my favorite character. Yeah, the child actors had it the worst. I wouldn't mind fame long as I get my own space. Can't be having folks running up on me with cameras in private places. Yes, 100%. I would want privacy. If I say like I go to sleep and then I wake up and I'm as well known as Cristiano Ronaldo or Taylor Swift tomorrow, I would want multiple homes so that it's like if one home is having way too many people snooping around, I can go elsewhere. And I would want a really, really good security team, because when it's very sad to read about and hear about, but like just as an example, Taylor Swift, it's not surprising, but it's still sad. I mean, the woman has just gotten so many death threats and people who have broken into her home, meaning to cause her harm, armed, getting into her places, and all of her addresses are public like information on the internet. So that's like one major downside, I think. I mean, I've seen like smaller YouTubers by comparison to Taylor Swift, like relatively smaller YouTubers dealing with stalkers and death threats. It's just, I think at a certain point, you're just gonna get people who come at you really hard, and it's unfortunate, but that's something that would stress me out if I was dealing with that level of visibility and fame. I wouldn't mind, okay, I can't be having read that one. That's what you lose with fame is privacy. Thank you, DZ. Not really. It's a lot of famous people doing just fine. I don't want to wake up with someone peeking in my window. I have to have a plan to become famous. What is your main goals in two lives? In my lives is I think what you meant to say. Connecting with viewers and growing the channel. Yeah, of course. I think getting an LLC is a great move. I've heard that from multiple financial advisors. I like the prequels and I love Anakin. I love Anakin too. His storyline is very sad, but I do like his character. Dibs, as far as I know, no one is stalking me, but that is something I have watched other female YouTubers talk about on their channels because they had like a P.O. box or they had some other kind of identifying information on their YouTube channel and some crazy person out there went to the trouble of stalking them down. And it is terrifying to think about that. So I try to be really like careful with what I say and what I post and what I show on YouTube because I remind myself, all it takes is one crazy person to have this be a situation that I'm now dealing with. And I never ever want to deal with that because it looks horrible. Carrie Underwood is my favorite celebrity. She's an awesome role model. I have been such a fan of Carrie Underwood from day one. I remember being a kid watching American Idol, and I remember when it was like she was just another ordinary person walking in to Paula Abdul and Simon Cowell and who's the black guy? I forget his name. And she was super nervous, and she's like, I don't know, she could have been a teenager. I forget how old she was, but she walks in there and of course crushes her audition. But like watching her go from that, like watching her come in as this like rural Oklahoma farm girl and amaze the judges and then win American Idol, and now she's just like A-list celeb. Everyone knows who she is. She was at the inauguration last month for Trump's inauguration. I mean, I feel like she's been a mainstay since American Idol. Like her and Kelly Clarkson, I would say, are like the two top like winners or contestants on American Idol who have done the best. And yeah, I always thought she was glam. I love watching NFL, and I always look forward to the next season of NFL because I'm like wondering what the Carrie Underwood intro is gonna look like. She cracks me up, and I think her voice is incredible, and I do think she's massively talented. So I am a fan of Miss Underwood. That don't like strangers. Ola, that is one. I mean, it wouldn't be the only reason why I would consider getting dogs. I grew up with dogs. I love them so much. I think their temperament is just the most pure thing on this earth. I love them. But another reason, like a consideration for getting dogs would be guard dogs. Like they are not going to be your friend if you try to get into my home. Like that's a very appealing aspect of having dogs. Assuming that they're big dogs and not little teacup chihuahuas or little foo-foo dogs, because those can't do as much damage. I would probably have one small dog, like a terrier, a chihuahua, a Frenchie, and then I would have one massive dog, like a Doberman or a Irish Wolfhound, or I don't like the ones that really like drool a lot. I don't want a Cujo dog. I don't like that type of dog. But some large, aggressive dog that's very loyal, very well trained, and it's very not friendly to someone who's gonna intrude in my home. Hi, Rafiqat Alam. Hi, okay, saw Rafiqat there. Jack of all trades is here. Fame isn't what it's cracked up to be. One of the things I asked the famous people I have met out in public all said the same thing. Sometimes they hate it. I don't know. I don't always buy that. I mean, I think it's stressful, but I look at how many miserable people there are who I think with fame, there comes a lot of downsides, but when you're famous, you do get very special priority treatment. You have, like, if you're smart about your money, you can instantly hop on social media and make bajillions of dollars. So you're financially secure when at this point in time, millions and millions of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, very unstable, very miserable, locked into their 9-to-5 job that they want to leave desperately, but they can't. So with fame, the best things about fame, in my opinion, if I were to become famous tomorrow, it would be the freedom, the recognition, getting to do really amazing brand collaborations, meeting other celebrities, getting to go to high profile events like Super Bowl, FIFA World Cup, Grammys, Oscars, you name it, like I would want to go. But with all of that, obviously, you have to be careful. You would have to have security. I would want to have a very good money manager, put a lot of things in an LLC so that I'm not personally exposed and could be liable for paying someone who sues me. But I look at a lot of famous people, and especially the famous people who have contributed a lot to society, whether they're authors, they're politicians, they're financial people, they're YouTubers who I follow and earn millions of dollars every year doing something that I find valuable. I think providing value in people's lives as a famous person is incredible. Like, look at Taylor Swift. I mean, she throws millions of dollars at disaster victims. Like, she donated relief to the North Carolina people who had their homes destroyed. Like all the people who were who had like their homes damaged or completely destroyed from the hurricanes last year. I mean, she is very generous with her money, and she contributes millions all over. So I think the ability to help people when you're that famous is very powerful, a lot more than you can do just as a single private individual. So for me, I would say the benefits do outweigh the negatives of fame, but the negatives are still stressful, and you just have to manage them. Okay. Wait, Hannah, do you have Latin roots? I do not have Latin roots, as far as I know, Starboy. 86 for me. Oh, I see you're talking about the likes. Yeah, Ola, I'm planning on going to the men's FIFA World Cup next year because it's going to be here in North America. I am planning on going to games in Canada, here in the United States, and Mexico, and I will be vlogging it. That is the whole plan for next year. As long as you don't act like Kanye West or Soulja Boy, you will be fine. No, I think like my role models for fame are Martha Stewart, Gordon Ramsay, and Taylor Swift. Those are like my 3 favorite celebrities. They're on my vision board. I think they act like they work their butts off. They've earned their riches through hard work, very talented, and they're very charitable, and they provide like a lot of good to the world in one way or another. So I think there are really good ways to do fame, and there's very bad ways to do fame. I would say Kanye is an example of someone who is like very toxic, and I'm not a fan of. Let's see. Thank you, Bobby Brown. A few told me they wear disguises to go to their favorite places. True, but a lot of people don't. A lot of famous people don't. I mean, do you ever see Taylor Swift being incognito? That girl is dressed to the nines. Do you see the way that she paparazzi walks into the NFL games when she's cheering on Travis? Like that, I specifically Google every time the Chiefs play, it's like Taylor Swift's game day outfit today. Like, just insane. So it's like, I kind of appreciate she's like, yep, I'm fabulous. I'm like the #1 celebrity in the world right now, and I'm not gonna like cower in fear. I love that energy. Like, she is someone who is not afraid of being in the limelight at all. She's very bold and very much just like, keep the show rolling. All right. Lots of people are lower than you in many categories. Taylor is the truth. She truly helps folks. Yes. You can be stressed either way. Might as well get paid. That's such a good point. Exactly. Like, like pick your heart. So I follow a lot of business entrepreneurs and finance people on YouTube, and they talk about the stresses of growing a business and pursuing social media and putting yourself through challenges. And it's like, yeah, the process is going to be hard, but it's also hard to just stay put and be miserable. So pick your heart. Like, do you want your heart to be, you're not growing, you're not taking risks, you're not putting yourself out there, you're staying comfortable your whole life, and you get to the end of your life and you wonder what you could have done with your life? That sucks. That's hard. Or you could take risks, try growing something. It could fail, but at least you do get to the end of your life and know, okay, I tried, and like I wish it could have gone better, but it's like, that is my heart that I would pick every day over staying put and just, I don't know. It's just like not an option. Hi JCF. Andre says, yeah, I'm fried. Hi, Randy Barr. Oh, from the Bahamas. Good to see you again. Yes, I know, that's right. Have fun. Oh yeah, World Cup is coming. Germany, English are a part Latin. Do you think there will be another superstar since we have social media? Some people say we'll never have another Britney, Taylor, or Beyonce. That's a very interesting point. I think we still will. I feel like humans just naturally, I can identify and really like gravitate toward a star. I think like Cristiano, he's the #1 followed human being on social media on planet Earth. I think you'll always have a sports, like an athletic superstar. You're gonna have like the football people, you'll have the track and field athletes. I mean, I think athletics are unique because it's you have to be so elite to make it in those fields. So I think there will always be sports superstars. LeBron James is another one that comes to mind. Messi. So sports aren't gonna go away. I think politics, like there's like, hopefully forever, who knows? I mean, it's like, I hope that we're always having presidents, like whoever the president of the United States is will be one of the most famous people in the world, and that's not going away either. So that will always be like a top celebrity. Social media though, I don't know. It's hard to say. Movies too. My favorite celebrities are, let's see, I never thought about it. James Brace is here. Hi, James. Yeah, Kanye is nuts. I'm not a doctor. Taylor, be chill. No risk, no reward. Exactly. They have celebrity tunnels, indeed. Doesn't she have to be snuggled into games or something along those lines? No, there's like special entrance ways for important people, basically. Like there's no way, like for example, Donald Trump was at the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago or something, and there's no way that man went through like a regular tunnel. Dean Rainey says, sorry. Randy Barr says, I love her music. Hi, Swifty1989, welcome back. Who would win a fight, Goku or Spider-Man? I feel like Goku would win. That's my suspicion. Connor Griffith. When your purpose aligns with your calling, you're going to be noticed no matter what. I totally think that's true. I suppose if you're gonna get stalked, you might as well be famous. Exactly, that's another thing too. It's like you could deal with all these things as an ordinary person with like fewer resources, less time, less connections, less ways to protect yourself. It's like if you're an ordinary person and you're dealing with a very scary stalker, and you're Taylor Swift and you're dealing with, and she has dealt with tons of stalkers, what situation would you want to be? I know I would want to be a billionaire and hire 1 million dudes to secure me, secure my home, have legal, like throw money at legal expenses to make sure that this guy is out of my life and never bothers me again. But an ordinary person does not have those resources or that time, because most likely you have to work a full-time job, you could have kids, you could have debt, you could have bills to pay, you could have all these other things that you have to deal with on top of there being a stalker in your life. So I would 100% want to just be in a position to deal with anything negative that comes your way. Can't walk around scared. Exactly. Hi, my opinion counts. Humans mimic other humans. Yes. Billie Eilish is getting there. Yes. Billie Eilish is like, I think of her as the queen of the Gen Zs. I think of Billie, I think of Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, and Gracie Abrams as the, and the one who just blew up, Chapel Roan. Those 5 ladies, Gen Z ladies, are killing it. I love them. Your kitchen is beautiful. Thank you, Hussein Mohammed. Messy, bigger than life right now, says Ola. Ooh, I'm behind in this chat. Sorry, guys. Hi, Red Hunter. Hi, Charlie. Billie Eilish is super kind. Was very funny to meet her. Oh, was very funny, met her. Hi, Migam Doli. I'm not a doctor. I would be a terrible doctor because I'm terrified of blood and needles. I actually faint when I get my blood drawn. It's not good. Honestly, these kids don't know who Britney Spears is. It's kind of shocking, but that's so true, Kirby. Some of these people, I'm like, oh my God, you're making me feel so old now that you don't know who Britney Spears is. Hi, Dylan Thomas O'Boyle. Hi, Alexander Badia Cubero. You never know who's on YouTube here that's famous. True. All right, sounds good. Back to the Future. If you're pretty, you're gonna get noticed. If you got money, you're gonna get noticed. If you fall down the steps, you're gonna get noticed. Just live your life. Da Gamer Bros. Hi, Da Gamer Bros. I don't have pets, but I've thought about getting a couple of dogs. Peter says, oh yeah, a billionaire. Yes, Taylor is a billionaire. Issa Sheikh is here. I'd rather be a billionaire than a broke person getting harassed. Exactly. Exactly. Like, if you're gonna have to deal with a really stressful situation, like a stalker, or I'm trying to think of other things that could go, like a hurricane or a tornado comes and wipes out your house. And this happens to everyday citizens here in the United States and other countries. Like, there were, for example, there were celebrities that had their entire homes burned down. I think Paris Hilton might have had her home burned down in Los Angeles, but also a lot of just everyday people had their houses burned down. Luckily for Paris Hilton, she has enough income, she has enough wealth that she can just easily rebuild from scratch, and it's not going to put a dent in her finances. But I mean, for other people, it's completely devastating, and they're not going to be able to get a new house because of all of the things they lost. So I think it's like, obviously money is not the end all be all, but it is a tool to help you deal with very unpleasant situations that can happen to you in life. Being famous isn't the same as a superstar. People like say Patrick Stewart is insanely famous, but no one ever called him a superstar. Not once. You need to be Elvis or Michael Jackson level to be a superstar. That's true. Hi, Himbro. Worm 45. Tell us how you really feel. Oh my goodness. Selena Gomez and Bieber are pretty up there. Yes. Hi, MKD, sewing and cooking. Gen Z ladies all gentrified? Gentrified? No, you wouldn't be terrible, but I don't like blood either. Ugh, I couldn't. Britney Spears was the biggest celebrity for me growing up. She was, I remember being maybe 5 or 6, and we had one of her albums at least, if not more. And she was older enough where I was like, whoa, like she's so like fabulous and fierce. But as a kid, it was still a little bit like, she felt a little bit old for me, like a little bit too mature. So I would say the superstars that I grew up with as a kid were Hannah Montana / Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez. Who are the other ones? those are kind of the, Hilary Duff was another one who was pretty big, like on Disney Channel. The Lizzie McGuire movie, oh my God, that was my favorite movie for the longest time. Those are the stars I can think of who felt more like my contemporaries. Like people who I could have gone to high school with potentially, and then they got famous. Like they felt in the age range, same age range as me. Hi, Alexander. Yes, they do lurk on YouTube. Britney Spears was a real one. I have to watch that documentary of her life. I think it's called Britney versus Spears, because it's her versus her family. And she had like for some reason it was like her dad or her family had some kind of control over her. It was very strange. I don't know enough and I want to know more. Finally, someone with handle pulls on their kitchen cabinets on a YouTube video. Listen, you're like, oh shoot, where was I? My chat keeps skipping. Gillespie says, I like cats. I do too. I think cats are so lovely. We've got Frederick from Sweden. Hi, Frederick. I would love to go to Sweden one day. I've never been before. Mel Gibson lost his house. I did see that, Gillespie. It's night, early morning in Sweden. Yes, that sounds about right, because it's 10 o'clock in the evening for me here in the United States. And yeah, you guys are, what, 6 to 7 hours ahead of where I am, I think. So that does sound about right. It would be, well, let's just Google this. Time in Sweden right now. Oh, it's 5 in the morning. So you guys are 7 hours ahead of us. Goodness. Crazy. Okay. I opened something quickly. I decided I don't think I want to go through the whole process of making cookies. So I'm going to hit pause on that. I'm thinking I'll come back to the oatmeal cookies. I was brainstorming on Friday. Hello, huge fan from MA from Massachusetts. I had a question. I recently found, oh my God. Oh, I'm not the right person to ask about that. I would err on the side of just no. It's been, I'm reading your comment. You didn't say in your comment, but you don't know how long it's been laying there. Rob Looch, I'm talking to you. You don't know how long it's been laying there, unless you saw the animal die on the road. And also you don't know what critters have gotten to it first and may have brought additional diseases and things to that piece of roadkill. So I would say don't do it. Do not even contemplate eating it. OMG, your B-Day cake was great. Thank you, Ola. I'm glad you went to go see that. I need to make a 5,000 subscriber special for my channel because I recently crossed 5,000 subs and I want to do a 5,000 subscriber special. So that's in the works, you guys. I feel like I'm a little bit backlogged on work right now, but that's gonna happen. So stay tuned for that. Yes, CEK, I do remember you. 20EE5308 Bala Marugan. Hello. Spooky cake. Yes, I did a Friday the 13th cake for my 31st birthday. Nick, I'm having a good week so far. How about you? Frederick says Brian Adams for sure. I must have missed something. Oh, I saw someone from Uzbekistan. Vidam. I think it's Ne Vidam from Uzbekistan. Hello, hello. Gillespie says it's 10 o'clock here in Ohio, so we're in the same time zone. Not a Britney fan, but her family is awful to her. That's what I was hearing about the situation. This is why I want to watch the Britney Spears documentary. Raven Simone. I loved Raven. That's so Raven. Oh, I'm going to get laying down to rest. See you again. Thank you, Ola. Great chatting with you about all things celebrities and fame. Hi, RA951. I never really cared for Disney Channel. Nick, I was a Cartoon Network kid. That was my favorite place to watch shows. Disney felt, honestly, even as a younger kid, I remember thinking that Disney Channel was just very kiddie and kind of like lame. and a little bit cringe compared to the stuff on Cartoon Network. I feel like Cartoon Network was honestly like a little darker, a little edgier. Like, I loved Courage the Cowardly Dog. I loved Ed, Edd n Eddy, kind of weird. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Samurai Jack, Teen Titans, Dexter's Lab. It just seemed honestly like more mature, more interesting, and cooler than what was available on Disney Channel. I feel like Disney Channel was just, it felt like so squeaky clean and so G-rated that there was like nothing that was that funny, nothing that was that interesting to me as a kid. I mean, I know a lot of my friends love Disney Channel, and I loved like High School Musical. I watched Wizards of Waverly Place. I loved Hannah Montana. So I definitely what's the one with the twins? The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Plenty of things I loved on Disney Channel, but it just wasn't as good, in my opinion, as Cartoon Network was. Miley, another sweet one of, if you're respectful when talking and approaching, she will hold a convo. Watching people from other countries talk about Hollywood and all the movies and celebrities they love kind of makes me sad, as I feel like people in America could care less about Hollywood anymore. I know, Cassidy, I feel like there's been very much a shift. I mean, people still like Hollywood, but I think people are growing less fond of Hollywood. That's the vibe I'm getting. Thank you, Tiago Nunez. Oh, okay, Rob Luch. Yeah, I would still say just don't do it. Hi, Angelo Bramati from Italy. Oh, I want to go to your country so bad. It's so beautiful. I have 5 dogs, 3 inside cats, 7 to 9 outside cats. Oh my Lord. Whew, I would not be able to stay on top of all that. MKD is in Pakistan. Very nice. Hannah, highly sensitive healer, and Red Rose are saying very nice things about you on his live right now. Oh my God, that's so cute. That's so cute, because I did see that. I mean, I saw a highly sensitive healer first, and then I saw Red Rose come in earlier and say in the chat that she came here through highly sensitive healer. That's so sweet. Oh my goodness. Now I want to go watch his live stream. I should like see if I can pull it up at the same time. Sorry, I don't want to also ignore you guys in the chat though. Hi, June Watson. That's so sweet. Although I don't want to have the sound on because that could get me a copyright problem. I'll watch his replay once it uploads. Thank you, Frederick, for the sub. Where in Sweden are you located? Angela says, you England. I'm not in England, but I'm obsessed with England. Ooh, chicken lover. Oh my goodness, I'm laughing at your question. The question is, have you ever tried camel milk? So I spent a summer in Morocco. I was taking a class there, and we had all these excursions and cultural things we could do, trying the food, participating in Ramadan, riding camels in the desert. And one thing, when we were on a bus in the middle of nowhere, going to some place in Morocco, we stopped along this road, and there was this vendor who was selling camel milk just there on the side of the road. And our professor was like, this could be interesting. Like, if you guys, like, if you want, like, let's stop the bus, and any of you who want to try some camel milk, it's there for you to try if you want it. And I was just, at the time I was vegan, but I was a little more lenient than I am now. And I was like, you know, in case this milk has not been pasteurized or stored properly, I don't know if it was fresh out of the camel. I wasn't really paying attention because I stayed in the bus. But some of my friends on this program that summer went out and tried the camel milk. I could not bring myself to do it then. I don't think I would want to do it now. I think it would creep me out. What does the magnet on your fridge say? It says, if I can get it. It says, I heart public health. I have a master's degree in public health, specifically public health policy and law And I went to this conference. It's the American Public Health Association. I presented at it a couple summers ago. So they gave me a magnet with my little conference bag. Thank you for 100 likes, guys. I see Kirby was like number 100. I appreciate you. Hi again, my opinion counts. All right. John J with the unicorn and the croissant. We've got, ooh, Mike asking a really cool question. Hi, what will you do with $1 million? Okay, here's my game plan, guys. If I was handed a check from someone for $1 million, first thing you must do if you win any sum of money, and this has bankrupted people, you automatically take that $1 million and you put away, just to be safe, 40% of it, because you're gonna have to pay so much money in taxes on your prize winnings. So I would set aside, sadly, I would set aside $400,000 instantly into a high yield savings account. So it's just sitting there waiting to be collected by the IRS, because the worst thing you could do is take your $1 million, give it all away, spend it all, blow it all, and then the IRS says, oh, and by the way, you owe us 40% of that $1 million check, and now you owe them $400,000 that you don't have anymore, and that could bankrupt you. So number one thing, I would set aside $400,000 to pay my taxes on my $1 million, because you do have to report it as income on your taxes. Then with the remaining $600,000, I would like set up my, like anything my parents like wanted to have, but maybe like weren't gonna splurge on as retirees. I think would like give them, I'm trying to think out of 600,000. I think I'd be cool giving them like 100 grand each. So like give my parents $200,000. And then with the remaining $400,000, I probably would just buy a house or pay for most of a house. I don't know, I'm trying to think. It would just be like the wise money moves of like invest in property or invest in an asset. Don't blow it on stupid stuff like clothes, shoes, trips that I don't really care to do or need. I would just make all of the very like old school, like conservative, by the book, like just invest in stuff that's gonna grow and it's gonna pay you dividends down the road, and don't let it go to your head, because that's where people ruin their lives. Disney Channel was a PG high school reality show, kind of. Yes, Kirby. It's Tuesday in it, says Asya. It's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. We've got the link ch. I rode a camel once, so did I, just a dude. If you decide to become a member of this channel, specifically the Inside Scoop level membership, I'm posting my first members only video this Friday, and I talk about my travels around the world, and I got to ride a camel in Morocco, and I include photos of my camel ride in the video. It was very fun. Ain't no way I'm trying no double hump. Kirby, I totally feel that. It's very gross. Jax had to go for a while. What did I miss? We've just been talking about a lot of stuff. I don't know if you were here when we were talking about Michelle Trachtenberg sadly passing away today. We've talked about being famous, the pros and cons of being famous, but also having like money and other things at your disposal to deal with stressful situations. We've talked about, I was just answering someone's question, what would you do if you had $1 million? I forget what else we were talking about. Hi, Dean Rainey. Okay, thanks for modding out a troll. I didn't even see that person. Got to it before I did. I appreciate you, Back to the Future. Lottery winnings in Canada are tax-free. What you win is what you get. Is that actually true? I don't believe that. I'm gonna have to double check this. Are lottery winnings taxable in Canada? You don't have to report certain non-taxable amounts as income. Lottery winnings of any amount, unless the prize can be considered income from employment, a business or property, or a prize for achievement. Do you have to pay tax on lottery? Interesting. This includes winnings from government-operated lotteries such as the Lotto, Lotto Max. That's crazy. Wow. That's incredible. Because it 100% is taxable here in the United States. Wow. Granted, you guys do pay, I think you guys pay a lot in taxes up there. Yeah, Canada, I've like followed some people who talk about how it is hard living in Canada these days because things are quite expensive as they are here in the United States. And I do know that Canadians pay like a decent amount in taxes. Depending on the state, you can't just give that much money to someone, not as simply as just handing it to them anyway. There's ways to do it. Not really CK. Any Even Stevens fans from old Disney Channel? I wasn't the biggest Even Stevens fan. It wasn't for me. Hi, Rodolfo Valdez. Shia and Bean had me laughing all day. Yes, I do love actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf. Hi, Aurelius Cooper. I like your idea about handling your money if you win $1 million. Yeah, my answer, I should have prefaced my answer with, I'm saying this as an American, as a US citizen, assuming that I won or was given $1 million in the United States and I pay my taxes in the United States. If I was a Canadian citizen, the answer would be different, but yeah, the IRS does tax your winnings. So oh my God, it's so sad to think about people who have, it's like their biggest gift turned into their biggest nightmare because they won some crazy amount of money and then they spent it all and now they owe some insane percentage of that winning amount. Just nightmare stuff. Shia was hilarious and then he changed as he got older, LOL. He did. If you had to launder $1 million, how would you do it? Launder as in like, I don't know. Like how exactly would this go down? Like if I were to try to like if I had, say I had like $5 million sitting in my bank account and I was trying to give someone $1 million, how would I do it? I'm trying to think of like, if a criminal had that set up, how they would do it. I don't know. I'm sure there's ways. I mean, people who are very savvy with knowing how to shield things would know how to do this, but I don't. Not taxed winning on lottery in Canada. Yeah, Justin, I double checked that because I was very skeptical of that. I was like, there's no freaking way. Because here, I mean, it's just like known that you get taxed on your, it's like, I can think of times I was watching Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. The people, it's like, oh my God, I won $1 million. And it's like, yeah, but actually you won like 600,000 because you're going to have to pay so much in taxes after you get the money. Plus, like if you won a car, like, oh, you won a free car. It's like, well, you're going to have to like report that as some kind of gift or income that you received in the last taxable year. That's so crazy though, that Canada has that. I am super into finance. I love finance. Cool. Rich, if that's the case, it's kind of the same. I had a friend who won some money and he received it as annual income and I'm sure he didn't get taxed for it. Turning money you obtained in a less than legal manner. Oh, I don't know, just a dude. I'm a very like above the table above board person. I do not mess around when it comes to any kind of laws, so I don't have a clue. Everything I do is very much like by the book. Payal Deep is here. Thank you, Chase Collins. It's true, I live there, says Justin. I follow some financial people on YouTube, and they say the 2 guarantees in life are taxes and death. Everything else is pretty much up to chance. The Gamer Bros. Thank you, Brandon. Is it Fifey or Fifi? Fifey? Any tips on public speaking? I would say it's always best to be prepared. I mean, I'm not someone who feels comfortable getting up in front of people and then just trying to like improv stuff. So at least like prepare some, anytime I've had to speak in public for like, I had to present my master's project, I had to speak in front of a team when I was like a soccer captain. It's just like, come to the event prepared, like do prep the night before. I played piano. I was a solo piano player for many years from like age 7 to end of high school. So I had to play solos all the time. Obviously you rehearse a lot when you play music, but just prepare. Number 1, prepare a lot. And then that includes rehearsing what you're gonna say. And then just like, it's not the end of the world if you misspeak or flub. It's just like something I tell myself where it's like I'm nervous about something or it feels like a big deal. I'm like, okay, but real talk, in 100 years, all of us are gonna be dead anyways. So like this moment in time will not be the end of the world if it doesn't go perfectly. In the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. Brandon Fifey, I hope I'm saying your last name right. My zodiac sign is Virgo. I'm born on September 13th. Sailor Moon is here. Oh my god, I loved Sailor Moon and the Sailor Scouts. Kirby says, Hannah, every time you talk about anything financial, you sound just like my accounting professor. I just love it, you guys. I very much love. It's so interesting. I think finance is so interesting. And I am so grateful that we live in a time where you can access endless financial content on YouTube or elsewhere on the internet. I subscribe to at least a dozen. I would say the category, like the niche is finance, business ownership, and entrepreneurship. It's like the people, content creators in that space. And I love it. Because I feel it like, as Dave Ramsey, he's my favorite finance personality on YouTube or anywhere. He's this old school boomer dude from the South, went bankrupt himself because he one of his best taglines is, I have a PhD in DUMB because I've made every money mistake in the book. So he bankrupted his family with a baby on the way when he was probably in his 20s. Very like old school, says it like it is, Tennessee dude. He looks like a combo of Mr. Clean and Colonel Sanders from the KFC logo. And he's just blunt, but very kind-hearted at the same time. And he's now worth probably $1 billion because he's said on air, he alone has hundreds of dollars worth of real estate, and that's not even factoring in I'm trying to think of, he's probably got tons of dividend stocks, bonds, mutual funds, whatever. But yeah, he is my all-time favorite finance dude, and he makes it really fun. And something that I love about the way he teaches finance is he's like, according to him, personal finance is 20% a math problem, 80% a behavior problem. And if you can just fix your behaviors, learn to say no, make your money behave. And he actually invented an app that's now, you can just download it on your phone, but it's called the Every Dollar app, and it's for budgeting, where you give every single dollar that comes into your life every month from checks or whatever, you assign every dollar a purpose. So you assign, okay, we're gonna do $800 for groceries. We're gonna do $200 for eating out. So it's like there's no question about where your money is going. It's a very basic, not complicated approach to finance, and then of course his delivery as this no nonsense Tennessee boomer dude is hilarious, on top of it being really, really good advice. So yeah, he's easily my favorite finance YouTuber, but there's a ton of other really great people. Okay, doing well, Payal Deep. How are you doing? My favorite song, oh, that's so hard. I feel like I have like a group of favorite songs, but probably one of them, maybe if not my all-time favorite song, one of my very favorite songs is The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. Especially when you talk about how you look into how companies spend their money. Ooh. Thank you, Mihailo Milutinovic. Finance industry is evil. Not all of it. I disagree with you, Dungeon Master. What do you think of crypto money? Would you trust it? This is another rule that I've learned from I would say when you start to watch multiple YouTube creators or anyone who's in the same business space, you start to connect the dots and see all of the things like that they consistently will all say. And one thing I've heard many, many times across pretty much every finance person I've either read their book from or I've listened to them on a podcast or watched their channel, they say never invest your money in stuff you don't understand. And crypto is something I know nothing, zero. I do not know the first thing about crypto. I don't know where to get it. I don't know how much there is. I don't know how much it costs. I do not understand it in the slightest. It's like talking about astrophysics. I don't understand it. I've never actually looked into it or tried to understand it. So what I choose to do is I just put my money into things that I do understand. And that's been my approach. I'm not opposed to learning new things. I wouldn't be opposed to learning about crypto, but because I know nothing about it, I do not currently put a penny of my money into crypto. But that's not to say it's a bad thing. I stay away from things I don't understand when it comes to money. I'm not a politician. Vignesh. Dave Ramsey is a hypocrite and boomer. That can be your opinion, Dungeon Master. I disagree with you. What was the name of that app on money? Aurelius Cooper, I'll reply to you. So you can check it out if you're interested. Aurelius Cooper, Dave Ramsey's budgeting app is called the Every Dollar app. If Ozzy is the Prince of Darkness, the art, Garfunkel is the Archangel of rock and roll. Yeah, he's just so good. Oh my god, wait, hold on. I'm dead. Timmy G. Waltz. It's the governor of Minnesota, you guys. It's Tim Walz. Tim Walz is here. I love this. I saw the name and then I saw the profile picture. I was like, OMG, I know who that is. I mean, everyone should know who that is because he was the VP candidate with Kamala Harris. Thank you, Timmy Walls. I'm just dying at that. That's so funny. Rich, she's gonna hate that comment. I mean, it's like, it's the internet, and also I believe in free speech. Like, I would rather live in a world where people are saying, as crazy as it sounds, I've been called many nasty things on here. I've been called the N-word, I've been called five-head, I've been called half-breed, terrible, terrible things, and I've blocked those words. But I would always choose to live in a world where you have the freedom to say stuff like that than to censor people's language, because I think it's terrible when you censor people's language. So it's fine. Dungeon Master, if you hate him, like I've openly said I hated Kendrick Lamar's halftime show, and some people think he's amazing. I've never been that impressed by him, but I'm a firm believer, like, you get to say what you want as long as it's not like you're not threatening someone's life, you're not like being hatefully violent towards someone. That there's a line, but you know, express your opinion on here. I think you can always express your opinion in like a respectful way, unless it truly is evil. You know, you can't go like, oh, I'm not even gonna say it, but it's like Kanye made some troubling declarations about his beliefs lately, and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Oh. You're welcome, Aurelius Cooper. Timmy is here. Oh my god, the Minnesota governor is here. This is just so funny. Dungeon Master says Dave is okay. You are still 100, says Crazy Barber. Hi, Billionaire Aesthetics. Ooh, that's the username. Nice. The citizens of Minnesota are lucky to have you. Thank you, Governor Walz. I appreciate you. I follow Timmy with blindness. Oh man, have what? Oh yeah, Kirby. I mean, you should just, for funsies, I've thought about making a video. The trouble is it would include some very foul language that YouTube might flag, but I've thought about making a video as kind of a, almost like a peek at all of the words that I've blocked that are like truly so bad, like just so hateful, so wildly inappropriate. But it's the internet. The thing is, like, I think people are more comfortable saying crazy things because it's internet, you're not in person, you can be anonymous, like there's no real consequences for what you say. But yeah, Kirby. Crazy stuff on here. Hannah is not like us, this creeper. Oh, is that a reference to Kendrick? Hannah, if I was 72 years younger and 3 wives lesser, you'd be a catch. Oh my goodness, Jax, that is cracking me up. Welcome, Tim Walls. I know. Oh, you definitely should do a video like that, behind the scenes or a YouTube creator. Kirby says, not in person though. Indeed. They are sleepy without a hug friend. I'm gonna dish up a little bit of this food I made for myself because I am quite hungry at this point. Didn't Cassidy say earlier you never know if someone famous is on here, or was it Ola? I feel like it was actually oh, the running person. Oh, I'm gonna scroll and see. I feel like it was running Jack of all trades. Because run Jack of all trades, master of none was talking about how he had met a bunch of famous people. I think that's who it was. What inspires your success? I wouldn't say like success necessarily. It's more just like, I feel like it's the only choice is to be like having goals, challenging yourself. I'll grab the book I'm reading now, but you guys probably all know who David Goggins is. But like this man is another like person on my vision board. Like this is one of my heroes. I'm reading this book right now. I'm like almost halfway through. But this man is just the real deal. I don't know if you can see, but like, so this is David Goggins in his Navy SEAL uniform in the like the front, the foreground. But if you can see, like in the back, this is what he used to look like. He was like, I think he was over 300 pounds, like just living a miserable life, mediocre. And he just basically decided that he was gonna push himself hard all the time and like discover his potential. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of the only way you should live, is like, he might have been the one who said this. I forget, I don't know if it was him. I think he did say this in his book, but he was like, he says, graveyards are filled with people who thought they had more time. And I was like, oh, that is so brutal. But it's so true, because I feel like people can just get like complacent and they're like, I'll get to it, or I want to be comfortable. But then it's like, oh, then you get to the end of your life and you just wonder like, man, could I have done more? And he basically just never wants to be that way. So this man is my hero. Zero excuses, had every excuse in the book, beaten by his dad, broken home, terrible student, cheated his way all the way through high school, super obese, I think he was tested for sickle cell disease. So he was called the N-word, just very, very like poor and terrible childhood. And so like he had every reason to be like, oh, I'm a victim, poor me, poor me. But it's like he went from that and he basically just decided like, screw all of this. I'm not only going to get my life together, but I'm going to join the Navy SEALs. So yeah, this man is one of my all-time heroes, right up there with Taylor Swift, Cristiano, Gordon Ramsay, and Martha Stewart. So yeah, I would say just like, you know, try to live your life to the fullest and leave no room for regrets at the end. We've got, give a like, subscribe, and support to my beautiful people, says Crazy Barber. Not sure if you know, I was a football coach. Yes, I did know that. I know Goggins from Joe Rogan podcast. Nice. I'm trying to think how I discovered David Goggins. It was definitely through YouTube. It was either on the Andrew Huberman Lab podcast, Andrew Huberman is a neuroscience professor at the Stanford School of Medicine. He studies the brain and behavior and the effect of different chemicals like caffeine, nicotine, whatever, on the human brain. But I don't think it was him. I feel like it was probably some short I saw on YouTube where this guy is like running, and he'll just be like running. He's just like, you're a bee, like you're being weak, like basically like the drills. I call him the drill sergeant that everyone needs in their life, because whenever I'm feeling lazy or unmotivated, I'm like, you know what? I know if Gordon Ramsay was in this situation, if David Goggins was in this situation, if Taylor Swift was in this situation, if any of my heroes was in this situation, they would bust their butt and get this work done. They wouldn't make any excuses. So yeah, one of the things I try to tell myself is no complaints and no excuses, because I have way more, growing up at least, like I had way more advantages than this guy did. He really had he had so little to work with because he had such a traumatic childhood. So yeah, that man is amazing. Tim, you the man. I used to raise quails. Oh, that's cool, Kirby. I actually follow a YouTube creator who has quails. Let's see here. National Treasure. Who's gonna carry the boats? I love Gordon Ramsay too. That man, he is one of my all-time favorite human beings. I'm trying to think, like, if I could go to dinner with one person, it would be really tough, because he would be on the list. David Goggins would be on the list. I think I would actually go, though, with Martha Stewart for several reasons. She's a woman, so it's like your life experience is different if you're a woman versus if you're a man. She's also the oldest of all my heroes. She's made it to 83 and is still working her tail off and looks incredible. So I think I would want to just like pick her brain about all of her stresses. I mean, she went through a divorce. She had a lot of people who hated her just for being I would say like an alpha female in the business world, and people really didn't like that. But I mean, if I could, I would love to have dinner with all of my heroes at the same time, although that would be very intimidating. Huberman is a unit. Yes, he is. That man is a tank. Have you seen that man's tattoos? I'm just like, whoa, okay. Tons of tattoos. He's actually a skater boy at heart, which I find very endearing about him. Hi, Judy Ackerson. I remember you. Des Reeb says, hey, bestie. I mean, like always. Thank you, Des Reeb. Judy, I think you were asking. I cooked some quinoa and tofu. I'm actually about to dish up some, but don't worry, I'll come back to read the chat in just a second. But I'm starving. And it's 10:30, so I should eat something. All right. Huberman, Goggins, etc. We are getting a read on your ideology. Pretty cool, people. I mean, it's like I think a lot about who I just adore, whose like work ethic really, or just, it's like their personality, their character really speaks to me. And I feel like all of them, like Goggins, Gordon Ramsay, Martha Stewart, Taylor Swift, Alex Hormozy on YouTube. He's my favorite YouTuber. And I also follow his wife, Layla Hormozy. She's probably number 2. They're all such kick-ass, disciplined, extremely hardworking people. And I'm like, how can I be more like them? Like, those are the people who I have on my vision board. It's like, how can I be like you, more like you? Not copying them, but it's like your mindset for tackling things. Just love them. You look like you can cook so amazing, says Vitality. I think I cook decently well. I'd say I'm an intermediate cook and baker. Thanks for joining the live stream tonight. Yes, I would pay Gordon Ramsay to yell at me as I try to make breakfast. Yep, I think so too. I mean, I think he's such a presence that I think, say he was like standing right here, I would be just sweating and so nervous, because he's like watching like you're spooning something out and you're like, oh my God, he's about to yell at me because I'm spooning this out wrong, or I was supposed to plate the tofu before the quinoa and now he's gonna rip my head off. It makes for very good TV, I will say. As a kid, I remember watching Hell's Kitchen and being shocked to see a fully grown adult like that, just like yelling at people. And then he takes like plates and then he'll just like throw them and break them on the ground. I'm like, what is going on here? This man is crazy. What is a popular television show out nowadays? What is your favorite TV show? Love that question, Ty L. Favorite TV show of all time is Game of Thrones. And a popular television show out nowadays would be The Last of Us. I am very eagerly awaiting season 2 of The Last of Us to drop. It's supposed to come out, I think it was April that I saw. But it's been 2 years and I loved the first season and I can't wait for the second season to come out. All right. What food should a person eat when they first start? What food should a person eat when they first start? Do you mean like cooking or baking? I didn't understand your question there. Hi, Kevin Martinez, welcome back. Good to have ya. I'm just eating some of the usual suspects. Some tofu curry scramble. And I might throw, I don't know, some other stuff on here, maybe not. I'm feeling a little low energy. Hi, Vanessa Osuna, good to see you again. Sometimes you gotta eat whatever you can, says Robert. That is true. I might just stick with this. So this is some quinoa with some curry tofu. You guys have definitely seen me eat this before on the live stream. Yabba Dabba Doo says, what would you cook for Gordon Ramsay? Oh my God, if he came around for a meal. Oh, this is so hard. I'm trying to think what I can make pretty well. Probably quinoa as the base, and then I would maybe do like a marinated tofu with some scallions, mushrooms. I think I would try to keep it pretty simple. I'm trying to think like what I could do to make it more like fancy for Gordon Ramsay though. I'd probably go with more expensive mushrooms like shiitake mushrooms, or I don't know, those are like the ones I usually will save for fancier dishes. And then maybe some kind of like sauce. Yeah. Oh, you are that crazy Gordon Ramsay fan. I remember you now. Yes, LK, that is indeed who I am. I'm a crazy big Gordon Ramsay fan. Is that white rice? No, it's quinoa. You're right, it's quinoa. Judy Ackerson, I don't talk about my religious views or practices on here. Are you full vegan? I would say technically no. I would say I'm 97% vegan. The other 3% of the time is either I'm at like a wedding, a party, or someone like brings in treats to the office at a meeting and they're like, oh, I baked us some cookies, guys, or I baked some brownies, or I went to the donut shop and got us some donuts. And there's likely traces of cream, butter, eggs, something that's dairy. So I make a few exceptions here and there, but technically no, not 100% vegan, but for all intents and purposes, yes, I am vegan. Is quinoa like rice? I've never had it. It is, I would say it's pretty similar to rice. It's made out of these little, it's almost like couscous. It's these little pearly, it's technically a seed, it's not a grain. But what I love about quinoa is it's really starchy like rice or any other kind of grain, but it's very high in protein and it's a complete protein, which is tremendous if you are plant-based and you don't eat meat. So I love it because it's like a nice base, but also not just all starch. You're also getting some protein. Is Gordon Ramsay your Lord and Savior then? I don't put any human being on a pedestal like that. Hi, Mamat Amran. Yes, good reminder of the chat. Oops, I almost deleted you. Back to the Future. I'm so used to booting people if they're spamming or being rude, but I'm glad I caught myself and I hit pin instead. I'd make him a fried egg sunny side up with mayonnaise sandwich, sliced salted tomatoes, lettuce, cheddar, and cheese. I feel like you can't go wrong with that, Ty L. Sounds good to me. This needs a little, I think I forgot to put any salt in the quinoa because it's pretty bland. I'm also gonna put some dill on this. I think that would taste kind of good. Funny. I love lentils. Yes, I eat lentils all the time, every week. Great source of protein when you're a vegan or vegetarian. Ooh, nice, Kirby. Kirby, I think you made a short recently where I saw your schedule for planting different seeds on certain days, or seeds for plants. And I was like, dang, that is an intense planting schedule. I feel like you need to know like your timing of plants for it all to work out well. At least that's what I thought when I saw that. Beans on toast and charge him $100. I could never. Oh my god, this is so funny. Gordon Ramsay chef. I feel like someone in this live went and changed their username to Gordon Ramsay chef so they could troll me like this. Kirby, ever thought of running for governor of Mississippi? Careful, Tim Walz is watching. Kirby says, yep, I did. That's for Hannah. I think it'd be fun to be like governor of Minnesota. Someone was asking at the beginning of this live stream, I'm not remembering who it was, but they're like, do you think you would go beyond just your food content on your channel? And I really want to do more literally like Minnesota stuff on my channel. I want to get out to restaurants, famous landmarks, hiking trails, beautiful nature. I want to get to like all these cool places, not only in the Twin Cities metro area, but also just out into greater Minnesota and featured on my channel, because I feel like it'd be really fun to do. I love to be on the go. I'm a very mobile person, and I feel like that content would be not that I want easy content, but it would be so fun, and also just, it's so beautiful when you're pointing your camera at a forest or wildlife or some beautiful building somewhere or Lake Superior, that it would be just visually stunning content and also fun for me to be on the road traveling around and filming this stuff. And I'm obsessed with Minnesota, so it would make me feel good advertising how great the state is. Do you want to meet Gordon? I have some contacts. Ooh, do you? I mean, I plan to meet him one day. It's on my bucket list. Oh no, Hannah is a great citizen of Minnesota. Look out, Tim, I'm coming for your job. Yeah, I think that would be cool if you did lifestyle and stuff. Was it you, Jax, who was asking that earlier? I can't remember. But I have really been thinking a lot about branching out, and I've done some of that. I'll feature some travel stuff, some things that aren't. I just did a tax prep video on my channel that's not related at all to food stuff. So I do want to feature more other types of content, not just food, even though I love doing food content on here. I'm tired of the city. I want to live in nature or land. I mean, city is not for everyone and rural is not for everyone. It just depends. A few of the aldermans asked me to run for mayor. No way. You would, okay, Kirby, if that happened, you would need to change your username to Mayor Kirby. Or you could do Country Mayor Kirby. Serve Gordon a can of pork and beans. I would not serve him any of that stuff because I would want to serve him a vegan dish. Hannah, you could be our tour guide of Minnesota. That is hands down. Even though I love vegan stuff, vegan food so much, and I will always do that content on my channel. That's my plan. I would be that would honestly be the dream content for YouTube, is being a Minnesota tour guide. I could even have a channel that's called Your Minnesota Tour Guide. Charge him $100. Okay, it was you, Jax. Yeah. We're gonna make a petition to put you in some cooking show. Oh my gosh. I feel like it's like some of these people you see on the cooking shows they should be professional chefs, how good they cook and bake. I would not feel confident going into a cooking show right now. I think with some time and practice I would, though. What is on that plate? I'm eating quinoa and tofu. You made it, chica, yay! Yeah, I'm excited for traders as well, you guys. So my sister is a mod. You can see her here. And she and I, and now our mom has gotten roped in as well. I think she was always on the traders bandwagon. We three are obsessed with the Traders show. If you don't know what it is, it's this incredible reality game show that takes place in a Scottish castle. And essentially, there's like 3 people roughly that get tapped to be a trader, and they don't tell the rest of the group that they're traders, and then they're supposed to keep a low cover and last until the end and not get voted out of the castle. It's so fun, and it's every Thursday night. So Rachie and I and our mom are gonna watch Traders tomorrow because it's a Thursday tomorrow, and then you will have the chance to tell Gordon what you think of him. Oh my God. What I would love to do though, because Gordon has a YouTube channel, I'm subscribed to Gordon's YouTube channel, I've watched things on his channel. I think it'd be super fun to do a collab with him. I mean, it'd be terrifying, but it's possible. Do you like Rachel Ray? I grew up watching Rachel Ray. I liked her. A little because I have a stomach ache, says Crazy Barber. We love TT, yes. OMG, I love traders. I also love copying Alan's accent. Me too. Oh my gosh. Dude, Alan's wardrobe is out of this world. I don't even know how to describe the style. It's traditional Scottish, a lot of the gingham and plaid stuff with the hats, but then it's like hip and colorful. It's amazing. It's like castle bling. That's how I would describe his style. Thank you, Eduardo. Oh, Mr. Football, fellow Minnesotan is here. How are you? Real though, huh? His style is so chef's kiss. Oh my goodness. Every time he walks into the breakfast room at the beginning of every episode, and he's like strutting his way in, and you're just like, what is, okay, I think that was the last episode, the most recent episode, where he was wearing like a piggy tail on the top of his head. And my first thought was he looks like Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch or one of the Who's in Whoville. He walked in there with this like straight up ponytail on his head. And I'm like, only Alan, is it Alan Cumming? Alan Cumming could pull this off. Because it looked goofy, but he looked amazing. It's yassified Scottish. I love this. You know I love you even if it bothers you a lot, says Crazy Barber. Italian Power Pizza. I don't know what that is. That castle is just outside Inverness, another place I want to go to when I make it to Scotland. I want to make it to Inverness. I want to make it to Glasgow, and I want to make it to Edinburgh. Those are the 3. And then just like all over the Scottish Highlands. Just hike all the trails, see the beautiful elk and wildlife out there, see some old castles, some castle ruins, all of it. That is just such my vibe. Oh. We've got Banana Dog. Hello. Thank you, Crazy Barber. I am enjoying this quinoa tofu like I normally do. It's a fixture. Oh. Lily says, your freckles are really pretty. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. See you later, Lily. Thanks for coming by. You show new things to Titi that she hasn't seen before. You should show her a turtle walking across the ground. Hi, Ernest. Robbie D, I am biracial, half white, half black. I have to do my Duolingo. Sounds good, Mr. Football. Best of luck with the Duolingo. Sounds fun. You have this very responsible, motherly, almost like a teacher type demeanor. What contributed to that? I think it's more nature than nurture, to be quite honest. I have always felt more old-fashioned. I joke that I feel like my soul is from the bubonic plague times. Like, I really feel like an old soul, more traditional. I don't know. I really don't know, because I wasn't brought up in like a super, super conservative like home, not like an Amish home or anything like that. I was raised right outside the city, went to public school, did all the fun things that American kids get to do, but I think it's just always been my personality. Yabba says, you can fish for salmon in Inverness City. Ooh, I love that. I'm going to say thank you for the super chat, but I'm not going to do what you're asking. Hi, Amber. LK Jax, I agree. I'd much rather play Chinese checkers than read the... Hi, Miguel. We accept donations, my beautiful people. Yes, you'd fit into the 50s, I feel like, which is a compliment. The 50s were great. Yeah, the thing is, I love living in modern times, but I just feel much more old school. Hi, David Nichols. Hi, Sterling. Being biracial is a cool thing. I'm also biracial. It's amazing. I freaking love it, you guys. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's less common, which you have more of a unique perspective. I mean, there's still plenty of biracial people out there, don't get me wrong. But it's like you have just very different halves between your parents. And I think it made life interesting from the beginning because my parents are truly so different, like such opposites when it comes to their, I would say, personalities, interests, skills, behavior, and temperament. But also culturally too, because my mom is born and raised here in Minnesota, grew up on a farm, very like traditional American family. And then my dad is from Ethiopia, immigrated here in the 1980s. And just, it's like very different worlds. So I think it makes life really interesting. I enjoy it. All right, Miguel says, buenas noches. Hector says, how do you feel? Oh, that sounds stressful. I'm sorry to hear that, Hector. Saurav Kumar is here. Hi, Saurav. Hi, Rohan again. I remember you from earlier. Hi, the crazy Ryan. Hannah, tell the chat about memberships and the gift features. Okay, I turned on gifts, but not gonna lie, I don't fully understand gifts, so I need to do some research, but it's a monetization feature. But thank you for the reminder, Back to the Future. So I have launched channel memberships. What that means is there is bonus content that will be available on the channel if you are a member. So I will post shorts and long form videos that are only visible to members. And the way that you become a member is by clicking the join button on my homepage on my channel. And there's different, it's like a subscription. So there's a $2.99 a month rate for memberships. And then there's I believe I did $4.99 a month rate. And there's different perks at the different levels. But as an example, I'm posting my first members only video this Friday. It's 20 minutes long. It's a deeper dive into my life from childhood up until now. Think like school, college, post-college, hobbies, travels. Just, yeah, it's a 20-minute video that kind of is a recap of my life. So if you are interested in watching bonus content on the channel, you can join and become a member at either of those levels that I set up. You do not have to be a member in order to see all the content on, like, you will still have access to so much of my content on my channel. I'll still be posting regular videos, so it's an extra perk if you're interested in it. Hi, Maya. I hope you achieve everything you set out to do. Thank you, Crazy Barber. I appreciate that. That's sweet. And just come by for a plate of food you make, says LK. Hi, Joseph Venegas. Hi, Peter Ross with the heart emoji. Hi, Peter Hunt. And Lendier is here. I remember you from previous live streams. All right. And wow, that went so fast. I've been on here for 3 hours and I still have so much editing to do. I need to get this members only video edited, but it's just been a lot of work because it's a lot of photos I've been digging up to include. Paraz, I don't remember you, being honest. Hi, Potato. Had to leave for a bit. Glad to see you still on. Good to see you again. Adrian. Okay, well then I answered your question correctly because I do not remember you. I got kisses in the reactions, believe me. I'll send them to you. I don't know, but I like you, LOL. Don't stop being you, I think is what you meant to say. Oh, cool. We've got someone from Wales. What does that say? Shwame? Is that Welsh, I'm guessing? I am the one. Let's see. Rocky is here. Cool. Well, guys, I have hit the 3 hour mark, and I think that should be my threshold for when I should hop off because I still have stuff I'd like to get accomplished. I'm also realizing somehow I set my notebook in some water and now it's getting all, the ink is bleeding on the note pages, which is unfortunate. Oh well. So I'm gonna head out here. As always, I'll leave a reminder about, oh, Coffee, you made it. I'm about to head out, but I'm glad to see you. But let me quickly put a reminder in here. I'll be going live again this Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time, USA. So come back in a couple days if you want to hang out again and chat. Hi, Prarathana. Thank you so much, Back to the Future, for being a wonderful mod. I really appreciate you. Glad to see Coffee made it at the very end. Shumai is how you're saying that. Okay, thank you for the clarification. Welsh person, I don't know how to say your username. Adrian, I do have corn ribs on my list, but I am quite busy with my schedule for the next several weeks. May Gordon Ramsay bless you and give you peace. Thank you, LK. I would gladly accept that. Aurelius Cooper, good night, Hannah. Thanks again for the Dave Ramsey Money App info. Yeah, check it out. Hopefully you like it or find some of his content helpful. I really do appreciate all that he does. Bye, Rich. Bye, Kirby. Thank you for being a member. I love it. Oh, my Dizzle, you're coming and I'm about to be heading out, but it's good to see you here. I'm only seeing you now. Sorry if you commented earlier. Hi, Khaled, Gar Sala, bonjour. Yes, have a great night. Coffee. Kirby says, wait, Hannah. Okay, I'll wait for you. Kirby, what do you want me to wait for? Splend says hi. Je suis Tunisienne. Very cool. Je suis American. That's the best French I can do. Kirby, I'm waiting. Tell me if she isn't charming. Thank you, Crazy Barber. Très belle. Merci beaucoup, Khaled. Trying to gift a member. Oh, you know more than me. I turned on the settings for memberships and stuff, but soda bread on Friday. Ooh. Soda bread on Friday, you say? I'd consider it, but I might circle back to the cookies that I didn't end up making today. Okay, next time it's taking too long, no worries, Kirby. I appreciate the effort. All right, let me just say bye to everyone here. Au revoir, Khaled. We've got, who else? Splend with a question mark. I'm heading out. Splend. Okay, bye Kirby. I appreciate you trying. Martello Modifize. Good to see you. I'm also heading out. I'm so sorry that we couldn't chat longer, but I will be back in 2 days. Come back and chat on Friday if you're interested. Voyez venir en Tunisie. Okay, Khaled. I understand, my friend. All right, guys. I'm gonna sign off now and get going because I gotta work and I'm also getting a little tired. So it was great chatting and we'll reconvene on Friday. Bye.